Prime one, that's him. Sky, thought you thought, but I wasn't born yesterday. All I do is ball, you goofies underestimate. Heavyweight bag, step on your weight class. I done moved across states, blood I can't cap. Strap with it on my pivot, clocking digits. Rock hard and I ain't even in the kitchen. I'm on a mission to move soft, make a thing flip like a moonsault. Keep a switch for everybody through salt. Face froze, somebody check dude's pulse. Is you stepping or stepped on? Wake the game up, make them regret I was slept on. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the great poop on. I'm getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true Bogart, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's on business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah, it just hit different. You find my story is all non-fiction. I put my family for me and I gotta mention. I keep an air fan, tone mob a henchman. For you squares, option for opposition. And you ops that get popped trying to stop my ascension. Talking generational, you got my attention. Underworld motivational, you feel the sensation. Try and see how I look, get booked, I'll take it. I was just a crook, all it took was some patience. Now my phone out the hook, I got hella deals waiting. You ain't really made it unless you got somebody hating. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the gray poop on. Getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true Bogart, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's on business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah.
What it do? What it do?
What's up?
Happy Friday.
Yes, indeed, Friday it is.
I'm joined this morning. Well, welcome to another edition of Wake Your Game Up. We're here. We're short. JD's backstage somewhere. Bogart is making a pick, and we're here to tell you good morning. Yeah, let me pull up the draft board real quick. There it is. Bogart is on the clock in the Kumite League. Fight.
Brutality.
So yeah, you know his phone geeks out. He's trying to do two things at once. So I'm pretty sure he's looking at his queue, trying to decide what route he's going with here. But yeah, that's the news at the top of the morning from what's going on with the Gen Wealth Network. We are drafting an 8 hours per pick, 12-team, 50-round Superflex Dynasty Tight End Premium IDP League with some of the folks in the chat, some new faces in there from Chicago Clubhouse, and then of course some other familiar friends of ours like Song and Breezy and the likes. So Dennis,
same cast of characters.
Yeah. So we got J Love in this one also. So shout out to the young bull J Love. But yeah, Bogart on the clock. He went Neighbors at 110, Bo Nix at 2-3, McConkey, Dunze, McCarthy, Caleb Johnson, another rookie, Dart, another rookie, Higgins, another rookie, Loveland, another rookie, and then Bryant, another rookie. Somebody got to tell him that this is a dynasty startup draft, not a rookie draft.
Yeah, I mean we've got a bunch of second-year players and rookies.
Extremely young,
and then JJ. I mean, he really is still considered a rookie. Grant, like he hasn't even stepped on a practice field. I don't think. Yeah. Nice though. This is the first time I get to see a draft board after the rookie draft. And, you know, we've been doing startups, but throwing the kickers in to give us draft position in the rookie draft. But this is the first time we get to see some of the names on the board. And Ashton Jainty going at 208. That's
kind of high.
That's the third. He's the third running back off the board, and yeah, I don't know if I have him that high yet.
Yeah, you got to kind of call. I think with this league, some people are kind of trying to call the shot a little early. There's a lot of players where I'm like, okay, I can get him in the next round, and he goes, later in the round right after my pick. I'm like, I'll play the game. I'll take this guy here, and this guy should probably come back to me. Hasn't been happening.
So it's been hit and miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people like Jordan Love. They definitely value the running back extremely high. Looks like you got some pretty good values. I like Derrick Henry still for the next few seasons, and Joe Mixon.
Yeah, the older guys are kind of like falling the wayside, and I do what I typically do in those middle rounds. Instead of going for a rookie who may not have an impact right away, or we think has an impact right away, I'm just going to take the old guy who I know what he's going to do for me on a per game basis as far as fantasy points.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Bogart.
2027 Impact is my team.
Yeah,
I
the
never
Kumite will
do
be
this,
over.
and I swear to God, it's the angriest fun I've had.
Let's go ahead and since we started off a little awkward, let's shout out the chat because that's something we haven't done yet. Good morning to Emile. Bonjour, Emile up in Canada, and thanks for the follow, man. I woke up to Emile with a follow on Instagram, so appreciate that. I give you a follow back, brother.
Shoot me the link to his, or shoot me the thing to his Instagram. I'm gonna follow him back because I want to make sure you know what I mean. On the GW.
Yeah, for sure. Rigging for Fatties in the house. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Hey, Rigging for Fatties, man. You'll be out there fishing in no time. I heard. You know what I mean? Hey, he's out there really getting it, bro. He got like an injury, but in the field of battle. Or do we call it the field of battle when you're out there on the water?
What the fuck is that?
The water battle.
It's my air conditioner. It'll shut off pretty soon.
Hey, bro. Okay, listen. I need you to have your hair down with the fan on it next time, bro. We need to get you get it with his hair just a flowing though. That'd be dope. Constantly. Like there's no gravity or something. Anyways. Yeah, man, I'm here. Look at us.
Sorry about that. Had to take a work call. What up, Crooked Commish? What's good? Good draft day. The draft day continues. Yeah, and the draft board is up there for you to take a look at. April Thomas is in the house. What's up, everyone? Shout out to April. Thanks for
that. Ron.
What's up, April?
Thank you for.
It's Ron in the hills.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I don't recognize that one, so let's skip on that one.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Kumite supposedly. Top of the morning to our homie Ginger Ninja.
I don't understand.
Shout out! Yeah! Shout out to Denny, the diabolical Denny. Let's go.
Lee has a fan.
So, what is Kumite? I'm out of the loop. Is that
Bloodsport?
That's like his fighting style, or what?
No,
or
the Kumite
it's
is the
fighting
tournament.
ring. That's
It's the tournament.
Oh,
You can actually
okay. I
like
was
do
gonna ask that yesterday.
You have been invited to Kumite.
Commission the house.
Yeah,
what was the one on the island for the Enter the Dragon? Did they have a name for that one?
They didn't, but it's basically
the one
like
where
a
Kareem was in the final stage.
No, that's the Game of Death.
That's Game of Death.
You're talking
about
my bad.
one.
Enter the Dragon is the one where they go to the island.
Oh, with the mirrors.
Yeah. With the mirrors and the naked ladies.
You're
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's right. It's like,
Can't forget about him.
For you, no, I need to rest.
The king or the emperor or whatever you want to call him, he brings in a bunch of girls for him. It's like, yeah, send him the girls.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted the lead, whatever.
Send in the fembots.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't Austin Powers did take a
Come
rip
on,
off.
everybody borrowed from the Bruce Lee movies.
That's
Shout out to
fun.
Clock. Clock out there.
What's up, Clock?
Shout out to Brandon in the chat as well.
He's on fire.
It's like, why does the new Pope hate the Minnesota Vikings?
He's heating up.
Oh, because he's from Chicago, right?
Oh, he's from
Yeah,
Chicago.
exactly.
Yes.
You know, the Pope shouldn't have any hate in his heart. I mean, listen, I'm not of the clergy, but I'm pretty sure I would get a ding right there.
Speaking of Chicago, here's a new Chicago design.
Ooh, yeah, we got a bunch of new designs actually. I was perusing.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he has we got Caleb on there. We got Rome, went first name on these. And Caleb has a 9 on the nails and on the
You mean
sustainer.
Rome St. Brown?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah, we got some new designs that kicking it off. And then these, if you scroll down, fellas, there you got front and back versions. Right?
Oh, I was going
This
to
is
ask
the
you
game
about
changer
that.
right here.
And then you also have crest and back versions.
I love that.
Oh wow,
So
I like
Peacock,
that.
where so I just go right to how you do it? Okay.
It's right there on the screen for you.
Nice.
We get the front and the back. Woo wops.
Yeah, so I started going back and putting that on a few of them. Let's see, some of the newer ones. The Lad McConkey has one.
Ooh, you know it'd be dope?
I love that. That's just dope.
Like a playmakers series where it's like it looks like it's like a jersey shirt and it has the playmakers across the fucking shoulder piece. You know what I mean?
Well, I can't print anything on sleeves or shoulders. It's only
No.
back crest.
Oh no, well the back press, I mean, like from shoulder to shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
got
do
you
they
like
call
the
it?
name on the top. Yeah. You can do-
It's
that's
back
jersey
breast.
style.
Is that what they call it?
A back
Oh, you
breast.
say crest.
The front is a crest.
Oh, there it is. I got really confused because I would assume first of all, I have selective hearing. So I heard breast, right?
Don't we all?
You know what I mean? I love titties, bro.
That's what he said.
Listen, I'm pretty sure it's unanimous across the board, bro.
Free shipping.
That's a titty.
Is free
Hell.
shipping new or has it always been that way?
I made the phone call.
That's
Yeah,
new.
I don't think it. Yeah, I think it's new.
That's
I
new
made the
because
phone
it's usually
call.
about $6.99 for me.
Sometimes when you hit like a certain threshold in the cart, they'll give you free shipping as well. But I mean, I don't know.
I have noticed the free shipping has been part of some of the sales. Like it'd be like, oh, this sale also is free shipping if you, like you said, reach the threshold like $75, and I'm like, okay, we're taking it there. If the speedometer says 100, we're taking it there. Is that right, Bones?
Lots of new stuff on the site. Like I said, I'm going back and curating some of these, making them a little bit better. I think I went back and I updated the Chargers one. Where is it? Here we go. Got a fresh-faced Lad McConkey now. He looks better. Matches Herbert now.
I'll need to
Cool.
update my shirt. But I'm gonna get the one with the front and the back though.
Yeah, this one's dope. We should do this
That
one right
is-
here.
We got 90s.
That is the shit.
Hey, I need you to get a Lad McConkey 90, bro.
Are you fucking?
Don't make me laugh. I'm serious.
I'd have to lose a bet to do that to you first.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, that's,
I bet you the Chargers don't win the division. Bet it.
There's the Bloodsport one for the Kumite.
I bet you my Niners don't.
then, right?
Let's see how
I
this
bet you my Niners don't win the division. Take the Niners. Come on, make it interesting. I'm betting against both our teams.
Take the bet, Lee.
Yeah.
Should we take them to the streets, Lee?
Let's take it to the show.
Let's take them to the streets.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it. Look at that.
Hold on.
Great.
Let's see. Shout out everybody else who's in there. Shout out.
Oh
Good
yeah, my
morning.
bad.
Good morning
I'm
to
getting ADD with Lee.
Black Dreams, Caleb Williams going to be the first QB to make a Pope purse. What's
Take it to
happening,
the
JD?
street.
All right, Lee's ready to go to the
He's
streets.
Wait
get
for
ready.
Good morning, good morning. Happy fucked up Friday. Happy weekend, everybody. What up? What up? What's up?
And he's sober, ladies and gentlemen. Hey now.
Control yourself. Pause.
You're good.
Let's go get it. No, listen, man, the streets is hyped, bro. Let's go.
All right. Well, the Baltimore Ravens are exploring the possibility of bringing the NFL draft to Baltimore in 2029, 2030, or 2031. That's a little far off for me, but I'm all good.
Are you guys fans of crab cakes?
I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah, that's like that's what you go to Baltimore. They're like famous for this. Like this is the place to go for crab cakes,
That's what I hear.
right?
Well, the
I
big
wanna go.
news since our last show is the Pittsburgh Steelers traded wide receiver George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys for a
Give me some thoughts, kidda. Give me some fantasy thoughts here. I haven't been around kidda.
2027
Haven't been around you since this trade.
This is a game changer for our DAC shares.
Right?
I'm real stoked about having two actual receiving options outside of a shallow tight end route and a CD Lamb 180 targets a year. We have to like it even for CD Lamb. So even though CD Lamb gets all those targets, I think this opens up the big play for CD Lamb more often than he was getting. Across the board for the Cowboys, quarterbacks, the other receivers, this is a win, big time. Good job. Good job, Cowboys.
They actually
Did something
did
right.
Terry did something for once.
You know, this totally beats the hell out of
What was it
the
last
fourth
year? We're
round.
talking about Mingo.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Mingo.
That totally beats the hell out of the fourth round Mingo. They should just cut Mingo right now. Yeah, and like, you know, I love this for all my daiquiris. Like, you know, they throw the ball enough. I think all the other miscellaneous targets that aren't going to CeeDee Lamb that used to go to everyone else just relegated to Pickens and call it a day.
Well,
Eugene, hold on. Eugene's saying that's my thought. We get our 190 targets back for CD.
yeah.
That's a lot of.
Right.
I mean,
That's a lot of targets.
that's a lot of
That's a
targets.
lot of targets.
I think even 170
I think he gets better
is a lot.
targets.
I think
Instead
like
of
we're on lock for
force feeding him,
170.
I think Dak will be able to end a drive with a big CD play, so you don't get like 3 or 4 targets per drive. It's CD
Push the ball down the field with Pickens a little bit.
touchdown, and it negates the need to throw 3 little stinking freaking passes to CD and let him do the yards after the catch. It's a good spot for CD,
It's a
Dak,
great contrast too.
Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great
game is
contrast
gonna
as
be
far as
pretty
like.
nice.
I will say Dak as a perimeter, like a sideline thrower. He's probably not the greatest, but he also would go up if he was going in the sideline and it was CDs getting all this crazy coverage. So now he actually has a decent option opposite who's going to get the lesser coverage and could be just like George Pickens. And shout out to JD. He was saying this the other night. George Pickens definitely opens it up for everyone there because they don't. It's way better than having a Brandon Cooks, right? Like Brandon Cooks probably in his youth would have been great to have there opposite CD, but we got old Cooks. You know what I mean? Now we got young Pickens, big contested catch guy too. highlight reel in the making. I like it. And Dak is what? Dak's healthy. Yes, hairline might be going away, but if he's healthy, 4,500 yards and 30 plus tugs. That's like a lock for Dak if he doesn't miss any time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's one of the
2 years
best.
ago,
Like, in
2 years
season.
ago, it was 181 targets.
Yeah, that was a solo. He was the only game in town for the Cowboys. This is gonna be beneficial for everybody. I don't think the loss in targets is gonna affect CeeDee's ceiling. I think we get more touchdowns. I think we get bigger plays. You don't have to get 180 targets to get 1,500 yards. So I feel like he's still gonna get those 1,500 yard seasons with potentially double-digit touchdowns.
Yeah, when you see it right there, he's had almost 3,000 yards over the last 2 seasons. And the next closest Cowboy was Brandon Cooks with 916. So
yeah, it's been he's been a one-man show over there for sure.
Well,
And Pickens brings something to the table where defenses, if they go ahead and give him one game he's gonna wreck the defenses if they leave him open. Especially with Dak. I don't think Dak is gonna shy away from the.
oh, we had Kidda drop out.
yeah.
I thought something was going on.
Yeah,
Next
so did I.
since we're still on the topic here, who would be the RB1 for the Cowboys? What are your thoughts on that one, Lee? Javonte Williams, I think, was kind of like.
And then until Royal starts taking over midway through the season.
You mean Blue?
Or is it Blue?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Blue.
I don't know if he to me he profiled as like more of a change of pace kind of guy. Had a lot of fumbles, so I don't know if he'll take over that backfield.
No, I
He
don't
is
know if
younger.
he'll take over. I think it's Javonte's until he loses that job.
Sorry,
Spence
guys,
is-
I
as
don't
he
know what
said.
happened.
You're
I was in the mid sentence, and all of a sudden I'm like gone. Back
Yeah,
to
you're
the
proving
blue.
a point there.
There we go. Look at that catch. So, and that's against who's
The Browns.
that's
I
okay.
don't know if that's Delpit or it's somebody junior.
Yeah, Newsom. Is that Newsom?
I think it's Newsom Jr. Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, that's good defense right there. Better offense.
Well, the Cowboys plan to let George Pickens play out his contract. Yeah, that's what they said. And many NFL teams reportedly laughed at the idea of adding George Pickens to their roster, per The Atlantic.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
The Athletic. Jeff Howe from The Athletic.
And also they said the man who wanted him out of Pittsburgh was Mike Tomlin himself, not Art Rooney. He believed it was time to move on from Pickens.
They haven't sent it yet.
Somebody's at my front door.
Well,
It's a FedEx guy. It's a FedEx
some
guy.
teams laughed at the idea of inviting Pickens into their locker room for any price. That might be a true story, but I still think the Cowboys are a perfect fit.
Oh, yeah, it is a good fit for them.
That
Both. That's a good match.
that situation
Yeah, he's gonna
make
help
everybody
out
happy.
he'll help out the team out there as far as just having another weapon for Dak.
Yeah,
Let's see. Guccini stay in Dallas. O-line damn near rebuilt in a couple of seasons, and Javonte had the 6th ranked target share in a trio backfield. I feel like they may still go kind of committee style this time around, change things up and maybe have like a Denver style platoon. I'm not too sure what's going to happen over there in Dallas.
Didn't they sign a guy from Carolina also?
Miles Sanders.
Did.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah. Sanders is there.
Who's a very good receiver coming out of the backfield. Yeah, that's probably like what I was saying, more of a change of pace type of guy, not somebody who's going to be a 3-down back.
yeah.
It's more
he's
like
a
maybe
third down back.
Maybe he'll carve out a third down role, and then they'll change it
Right.
up with Sanders and Javante. See who battles it out there.
Remember all those running
All
backs
six.
prior to the years where they weren't drafting running backs? How bad they were.
Yeah.
Spawn and everybody.
Yeah.
They just. I'm just not. I know all the scouting on Jaden Blue is decent, but I'm gonna wait and I need to wait and see that backfield before I get all hyped on the Jaden Blue.
Well,
There's plenty other fucking rookie running backs that impress me way more than Jaden Blue. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. This is funny. George Pickens once described himself as a noodle when he plays.
well, with
Okay.
George Pickens gone now, the Steelers are counting on a big year 2 jump from wide receiver Roman Wilson from Michigan.
Yeah, all he has to do is play more than 5 snaps, and then that's a big improvement over his.
It's like a
career
really big
total.
leap. It's like
Yeah,
a really big
large
jump.
leap
Like
off.
he's stepping off the curb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Stepping
I
off
wonder
the
what
curb.
Mr.
That's a big
Talks
jump.
about. No, Mr. Pickens.
This is the only film I could find on Roman Wilson. It's like practice.
He's jumping off the bench.
He's jumping off the bench. It's a big jump, man.
Yeah.
Our man
Well-
JD says he's targeting Javante this year in the late rounds.
I'm gonna take him right now.
Yeah.
Take him. Go ahead.
I'll do it.
Not on my radar. That's just
Call
seems to
my
me a
bluff.
pick.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I do like it though, because they, for what it's worth, Javante, he's a good what they call that, a gap runner. Pause. I don't know. I think gap sounds weird, crazy. Yeah, and like
That's the gap. Yeah, sure.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Stretch
That's
for
what
that football.
Schottenheimer likes to do. They open up those big old holes, and you know what I mean. And the what's it, the A gap and the B gap, or what was those ones?
It's
right
called between the tackles.
there? Between the
Yeah.
tackles. There you go. 10 points. he's
Damn, you got fucking roll.
We're fucking on fire, man.
Well, the Dolphins' Tyreek Hill had his second wrist surgery this past week.
He'll be all right.
Yep.
He can still
Well, if
throw-
he can hold his babies and dangle them over the railings, I guess he's fine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he
He put 10 on the
Tyreek is.
He
Yeah,
stood
play
by
this.
the
I haven't seen
Falcons.
none of this before. This is funny. Anytime he opens up his mouth, it's kind of like, what?
Who, Antonio Brown?
No, Tyreek
No,
Hill.
Tyreek.
Antonio
I'm just saying,
Brown
he's
for
on
sure.
the- Tyreek's
Did you
on the
watch?
bench.
Did you watch Antonio Brown destroy Shiloh?
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Whoa, I
funny,
didn't see
huh?
that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he did.
yeah. Pops invited Antonio Brown to a workout, and
he
he was going
schooled him.
1-on-1 with Shiloh.
Oh,
And Shiloh looked like he should
Why?
not have been drafted.
I love Dion. Hey,
Yeah.
he's like, you know what? You got to humble him.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what though? Look at this.
that's a
I have
retired
to-
receiver whooping your ass.
Pretty much.
I have this new bogey theory why Sanders fell. Well, not why. It's what happened when he was falling. Because you know, if you're Deion Sanders, you can make phone calls. Hey man, this is Pram. What's going on? Right? And they say, look, we don't fuck with him. You know what I mean? And then Prime gets into evil genius mode, like, this is what my son needs.
That's interesting. Is there
Oh,
a
his
rule
life.
saying that you can't have any contact besides like other general managers?
But Deion Sanders can make phone calls around to like people. I mean, he's Deion Sanders, right? This is what
Exactly.
I'm
He can just say they're friends.
This is what I'm assuming, right? But my point, the point that I'm getting at is that like if you're Shador Sanders, all your life people have been telling you because of your daddy. You know what I mean? Because of your daddy. Oh, look at you, all the best Charles. You're training with Tom Brady because of your daddy. You know what I mean? This is his chance to actually start from the ground up on the shittiest team ever. You know, Dion is like, this is what I need for my son. You know what I mean? He didn't even want his son to get drafted high to the Browns. Low, on the other hand, though.
Well, Raiders running back Ashton Gentry has signed his fully
It's
guaranteed.
Genty.
Genty. No R.
You guys have been.
You know what?
everybody
He
knows
says
what's going on.
Gentry so much that I say Gentry.
You have been saying that also.
And I even catch JD sometimes saying Gentry, and I don't want to even correct him because I'm like, I've been saying it too. I'm like, but it's Lee who reads the news.
Let's stop calling him Gentry, please.
Well, how about I call him?
His name is Genty, goddammit.
Genty, like a gentleman, but he's genty. A genty man.
Okay,
It's like dainty. It's like dainty, like Genty.
Oh, we get there. Well, he signed his 4-year, $35 million rookie contract with 22 guaranteed at signing.
That's a lot of
For
change.
him. So that, you know what that is too? That means they're paying him fully guaranteed for 4 years, because you better show it in 3 years or they're not picking up your 5th-year option. You know what I mean?
Bye-bye.
Oh, I just figured out why you fuck his name up, because you hate the Raiders.
You damn straight. I hate the Raiders. Turds.
Oh, I love the lack of creativity on that one. I've never heard Ray Turds. That is awesome. You called him the Ray Turds. They're out to get you, Lee.
Let them come and get me. Hey.
The
and
police.
Let them come and get me. They're all a bunch of pirates anyways.
The Chargers, the afterthought of the AFC.
Shut up. Was I asking you?
That's what I feel like saying when you bring up random Chargers news. We're like, what?
Right? God damn it. We always you know what? Get the Chargers news out the way. I know we got some.
No, even in
talking to
Orange
49ers
County, I
then,
run
too.
into more Jets fans than I do Chargers fans. It's wild.
Yeah.
I'll be
Really?
wearing my Jets gear, and I'll be like, "Whoa, cool! I'm a Jets fan too."
They respect it.
Almost
They're like,
coming
yeah,
around.
man, we're barely out here. And
The
then they
wee
go
lad.
see no Chargers.
Well, the New York Giants and wide receiver Gabe Davis have finalized a 1-year, $8.5 million deal.
Woo!
What?
Wow,
And Gabe
for
Davis.
Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
Wow, that
Well-
organization. I know we share the same building, but they're on another level with that
Yeah.
side. That is,
It's think about this. It's Brian Daboll. He was the guy that was the OC when they drafted him to the Bills. So
that is a blackmail. He's got something.
Exactly right.
He's got something on Dable or somebody in the building going, "Yo, better give me $8.5 million or I'm leaking this shit." That's just too much.
I mean,
Davis. What has he
look at
done
what-
other than?
hold on, look at what Josh Palmer got, bro. Look at what the Bills gave.
Yeah, they
Palmer.
gave him 36.
Yeah, but what was
30.
his
You could at
guarantee?
least say
His
Josh
guarantee was
Palmer
like 20 or
has
something.
I guess I would give the Palmer
Potential?
advantage on the field
Yeah.
than Gabe Davis. Although $13 million is too much for him as well. Yes, you're
Gabe
100%
Davis was
right.
good enough to be put on a T-shirt. Okay.
I had him on there for a little bit. The Archangel Gabe Davis. Yeah, that one's no
Angel
longer
Gabriel.
available. That's no
He had
longer
one game
available.
early on in the season. It was like,
We
whoa,
removed him because
that
he
guy
sucked.
isn't he? We're still waiting for that one for him.
Now
Bust out that
he's
one
on a
game
T-shirt because
again.
he's dead.
Yeah. I gave him angel wings. It did look like he was like he had already passed.
Oh, we killed him.
I agree
totally-
with you, Shinny. That lag graphic is fire.
We fucking
sent him to the
Gabe
head.
Davis. It was a wonderful 5-game stretch.
I was there for a minute, man. We thought we had something. That's what
I know,
happens.
right?
Though. The expectation builds, and
Then we figured out how selfish Josh Allen is.
Well,
I get all the fantasy points.
the Cleveland Browns could look to trade one of their quarterbacks later this summer, and Browns Joe Flacco was considered the QB1 heading into camp, and it's his job to lose.
Super
Wow.
Bowl champion Joe Flacco.
His job to lose part is hella extra.
I like that shit. It's Flacco's a starter, baby, and I put him up for trade in the Rum Boys dynasty. And somebody I was like, laugh now. And then J-Lo pops in. He's like, it's all fun and games until he starts 14 games this year.
Well,
Right.
what would you do though? Would you trade him for a future second?
I was okay with getting a third.
I would do
or
a 3 and a
something.
5. I literally
I'd
did a
be
3 and a
down with
5.
if I was a quarterback needy team, I think I would contemplate that third future and
Yeah.
and
Why not?
go ahead and sign him.
Yeah, kind of stable the ship there for a bit.
Peacock, listen, this actually happened last
I'm
year. I go,
forever
Peacock,
trading Joe Flacco because I have him
Yeah.
everywhere.
I sent
People
you
laugh
a
like, why'd
package
you pick
deal
him up?
pause, and then I actually just flipped Flacco for I flipped Flacco and Dalton Kincaid for a 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that shit hit.
Damn, nice. And I gave him to you for
A 3 and a 5, and then I might have sent Bullock in
Settle
it.
and Bullock. Yes, I got Tim Settle and Bullock.
Don't bring up that part. That part makes me mad.
Well, Panthers running back Jonathan Brooks is going to be out for the entire 25 season after being placed on the PUP list.
Wow, he's gonna be out.
Hell yeah, Trevor
The
Etienne
entire
season.
year.
Oh no! Hey, check this out, kid. We're calling him Better Etienne.
Hey, that's a
It's like Mo
that's a
Better,
slap
better.
in the face. Big Brother got first round draft capital.
Yeah.
He did something with it. I mean, he wasn't anything special.
No, he
but
wasn't. But that's why
He
we're
was
calling him
finishing
Better
RB1
Etienne.
for like a few seasons. You know, not the RB1, but in the top 10.
But this is why we're calling him Better Etienne.
Well, the Texans locked up their rookie Jaden Higgins to a 4-year, $11 million contract, and he's the pick in NFL history to have a fully guaranteed contract.
First,
So the
second
only-
round pick.
Yeah, the first,
Yeah, that's
second
what
round
I
pick
said.
ever. Wow, that's
second
pretty
round pick.
badass.
Yeah.
He's on
And
the
the
block.
Bucks signed Double E to a 4-year, $18 million contract.
But he ain't got the fully
And
guaranteed. Well, wow.
No, he don't.
And the Texans agreed to terms with third-round cornerback Jalen Smith also.
Oh,
And
Samsonite.
Another Jalen.
as
Another
for-
Jalen.
and the Chargers are open to bringing back old man Keenan Allen back.
I told you we had some Chargers news in there. You should just put that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Be like, man.
I waited,
Why
you
would
know,
they
I
do
waited.
that? I hate that.
Yeah, why'd they do that for?
Keenan Allen.
They said they're gonna wait till the camp breaks and then decide from there.
Actually, this is kind of cool. Actually, if he comes through and he's really just like a rotational backup for real, like he's like almost like a Lad McConkey handcuff now. You know what I
They should
mean?
just stick him on the outside and bench QJ.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what
I know they should
that was
just
my
kill
thoughts.
it.
Was like, is he gonna? Does that mean that Quentin Johnston is like to the bench, even
That's
though he showed
fine.
improvement last year?
Trey
They're like,
Harris
I know
is-
you did a little bit better, but you know you're gonna sit the bench. We're gonna sign a veteran and kind of just like throw you in as our number 4, number 5 receiver and make you
surgically attach Keenan Allen's hands to Quentin Johnston, and we got something here.
There we go.
Is Trey actually like is he exciting? Trey Harris.
He's
Is
like
that somebody that we're
he's a
excited
he's
about?
everything that Mike Williams wanted to be.
Yep.
How about that? That's probably
And speaking of Texans wide receivers, there they are at minicamp today reporting. There's Higgins wearing 81 and Noel wearing 82. And I heard like Keontae Ursery's wearing 79 and Luke Lachey.
so
the
they
tight
just,
end
they
out of
just all
Iowa, is
kick
wearing
it in a
42.
row. They just kick it in a row. Hey, 79, what's up? What's up, 80?
Yeah, and they just gave him whatever numbers are available for
Penny.
rookie camp.
What's up, 82? Man chilling.
Well, they put their names on the back of them for now. I don't know if those are the permanent numbers. We'll find out media day when the numbers change, most likely.
Usually, and even in training camp, a lot. Sometimes they'll wear the nameless jerseys because they still haven't been settled on numbers yet. We've seen that over the years too. Some of those jerseys, if you get your hands on them, those are dope. Like for like
Yeah, like when you have the like the rookie card that comes out and they're wearing a different number and it's signed, it's like, oh shit, that's what's up.
Right.
I have a Nico
I
Collins
have a
one.
Padres jersey that way.
Yeah,
word.
that's dope.
Mhm.
Let me have
Worn,
it.
game worn.
Oh,
Game
word.
Yes.
Well, someone leaked the international games already for ahead of next week's schedule release. Anyways, we
Yeah,
have.
just cut those out of the fucking schedule.
I know.
Yeah, we got the Dolphins are going to play the Washington Commanders in Week 11 in Spain. And as for the London games, Week 5, we got to get the Vikings and the Browns.
What?
Week 6, Denver versus the Gangrene's Jets. And Week 7, the Rams versus the Jaguars.
That Spain location, that might be dangerous for our NFL players, dude. They'll be like, yeah, send me to Spain every year. Fuck yeah.
Oh my God, for real.
Yeah,
I didn't
Spain's
know
they're
that.
they're gonna love that place. They're gonna be like, wow,
They're like,
fuck
yo,
America.
they make them fucking different out here, bro.
Damn, what? They can do that here? Okay.
Well, free agent safety Justin Simmons wants to sign with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Man, he been said that they don't want to sign you, bruh. And you know what? Oh, he's the one putting that out there too.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks they're going to replace C.J. Gardner Johnson's little the hole that they got there.
The genie said Ibiza.
Yeah.
It'd be-
100%.
Oh,
That-
word, that's where the game is at?
That's the Sin City of Europe.
That'd be dope. Yeah, man,
Brennan-
for sure. Let's go to a rave. Fucking just trip out there for a couple of days. My
Let's go.
homie wants to move to Spain. I was like, bro, if you do, just let me know like when I can, go visit.
Well, Brandon said he was
definitely
hoping the
a,
Texans
4
don't
or
play the
5
Chargers.
day
Well,
trip.
I saw two things that it was either going to be the Vikings or the Texans in the Brazil game. But we shall see next week.
I thought it was gonna be the Chargers. Right.
The Chargers are in Brazil, but they're talking about either it could be Minnesota or the Texans.
I can see them kidnapping Justin Herbert.
Well, let's kidnap Brock Purdy and hold him for
He's not
hostage.
gonna be in Brazil.
Yeah, he's not going to be in Brazil.
How are they gonna get him, bro?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where the game's at. Nico
Brazil,
Collins.
I don't know.
Nico
Those
Collins still
Brazilians-
gonna go off.
Because they're like he's about to get paid. You're right, Justin Herbert. No one would pay for him. We have your quarterback, Justin Herbert. Hello. They hung up.
It's funny that the Chargers both have the best uniforms and the worst uniforms. Go figure that the team with the best uniforms also has the worst uniforms.
They don't wear the powder blues
You
anymore.
can't shine doo-doo, baby.
Oh, man.
What else we got?
Nah, there's really not much else, man.
Lee, come back to us.
I'm right here, Bogart Scuffrey. I'm here.
Look for the schedule release next Wednesday.
Yes,
Hey.
Playmaker. Oh, it's the mighty
Playmakers are
return of the
back, too.
Playmakers. So everybody be on the lookout for that. Oh yeah, Peacock. If you could throw like maybe a thumbnail together, maybe we'll start promoting this one earlier.
Hell yeah.
It's the mighty. I know Emil's been requesting the return of the Playmakers. So we got the Playmakers coming back with a doozy, man. Schedule release breakdowns. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We'll definitely have a strength of schedule list according to teams playing teams that are prior playoff teams. That's usually how they do it. You know what I mean? And the Niners, we have a top 5 easy schedule. We have the number 4 easiest schedule.
So we call it loser's schedule.
Yeah. Ain't that right, Bones?
And but didn't I read right that the Giants have the hardest schedule?
I thought.
How'd that happen?
It's probably it's who they're playing because they're playing the NFC.
I think they-
West, right? No.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They always rotate and play a division or something.
They
so-
anticipated them not getting a quarterback this year, so they were like gonna give him a shoe and be like, "Hey, here you go. Here's your future franchise quarterback. But, cross your fingers. Hopefully Jackson Dart is a thing, and they found him already. They don't need to go for the Archie Manning.
See, I don't know what the schedule is, but I know the Niners, we are playing the South. So we're playing AFC and NFC South. So I have us in division going, we're gonna beat the Cardinals twice. You know what? Fuck that. Fuck Sam Darnold. We beat the Seahawks twice. We split with the Cards and the Rams. So in division, we go 4-2. Then against the NFC South, I got us going 3-1. We beat everybody but the Buccaneers. In the AFC South, we beat everybody but the Texans. That puts us as a 10-win team. We're in the wild card spot, baby. Let's go. Okay. Fucking go. Woo! Ain't that right, Boom?
I haven't looked at our opponents. I know it's not going to be easy, but I mean, I'd put us somewhere around 10, 11 wins regardless. Just kind of just try to stay on par, but we'll see how.
Schedule, who gives a crap? It's all about
Texans had the fourth
it's
hardest
any
schedule
given
last
Sunday,
year.
Baby. Anybody can win these games.
For me, it's survival of the healthiest too.
Yeah.
You have a superstar go down, and it's oh man, your odds decrease dramatically.
That's why we like football, because it's hard to predict the season prior to all the games are played. It's easier to predict where teams will end up finishing once you get halfway through it. Once you're week 8, week 9, then you got okay. Now I'm comfortable with predicting, but there's going to be a lot of upsets just like every other year.
Yeah.
Jaguars are going to squeeze out a couple wins. You're like, what? Can't believe we lost to the Jaguars.
It happens. Yeah. They do that. Where? I'm checking an email real quick. Sorry. Match writer. I have no idea. Questions I can't answer. I don't know the answers to.
It's Friday.
Clock says, I know, but Clock says CMC will dictate the Niners record.
Oh. Hey, but then isn't Jordan James kind of interesting?
Yeah, he's a later round flyer in rookie drafts.
Yeah. Seeing what they've done before with their backups, the running game with the Niners is going to be nice. And the way that the defense is kind of starting to come together, I know they lost some players, but they retained some players. They drafted some players. That Niners defense has got to get back to doing Niners defense stuff. And if they can hold their division opponents to less than 3 or 4 touchdowns a game, I think they have a great shot. With the CMC and Brock Purdy, Ayuk returning to health, seeing what the white boy does, and then they got the Kittle and everybody else on that line. Is the on paper is good. I think it's been weak recently. They're not living up to contracts. But the Niners, yeah, like Bogey said, if they if the team wins 10 games, they could pretty much guarantee that. Well, maybe not guarantee. 10 wins.
So 10 to 11 can get you in the wild.
They're fighting, right? That's
that's
I guess the best case scenario for the 10-win team is that there's multiple 10-win teams and they go into like a playoff, a win-in type of playoff, or do they have tiebreakers?
I think they have tiebreakers. Scorpio in the chat, thoughts on J.K. Dobbins? Should we pick him up? I mean, he's not on the team right now, is he? But he probably will be signed.
No, he's still in the Chargers.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
we
thought
get
he
a,
was.
if someone signs him, we get a comp pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he signed for
In that
about
case,
$3
then I
million.
wouldn't.
I think we're on the hook for $3 million for him.
In that case, then I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't pick him up. Not behind Najee and Hampton. I mean,
Yeah, what is he gonna do?
exactly.
Wait for an injury.
Yeah. So
Then you can pick him up.
then you can pick him up. Yeah.
Then you can pick him up. But right now, holding him on your roster, and leaving him on your bench, unless you're talking dynasty. But I
Yep.
highly doubt he's available in your dynasty league. But I don't know.
Clark says go trade for JK Lee.
I'm all good. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, somebody wanted my 107. They were going to give me a 208 and Chris Godwin. And I was like, well, I could just draft Emeka Ibuka at the 107 and just stay put. Instead of having 2 second-round picks and Godwin.
No, JD, the comp
208 was Ashton Janty, wasn't it, on that draft board?
On one of them, but this other league that's in, it's a super flex. He won't fall. He'll be the first or second pick.
JD, if it happens, the comp pick would count towards next year.
Comp pick for next year if somebody signs him.
Yep, that would be next year's pick.
But he's still on your roster, but he's able to sign somewhere else.
But if someone does sign him, we would get receive a comp pick out of it.
Free. And then if somebody signs him, you guys get a comp pick.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
I think it was like $3.4 million. That was what we're on the hook for.
I know I've seen him on Sleeper without a team.
Yeah, he does. He's a free agent.
Let me see.
Yeah, it says Dobbins has been hampered by injuries. After signing a 1-year contract with the Chargers, he rushed for 905 yards, 9 touchdowns, 9 most of his career. Pairing Dobbins with Swift, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they're talking about wanting to send him to the Bears. But this came out yesterday. Noise discussion. Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't make sense. Like, how can he sign with somebody else if he's on your roster?
They said if let me pull it up. It's like
that's what I'm saying, though. He's not on your roster.
Oh, so he's an unrestricted free agent tender.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't sign with the new team, then he would be due that $3.4 million, like Lee was saying, and then he would either be released or put onto the 53-man roster. If he's not put on the 53-man roster, he gets paid by the Chargers and released. Yeah. So the way that the Chargers drafted and signed free agents, it's almost unlikely that somebody will make that deal and that J.K. Dobbins will become an unrestricted free agent after the 53-man roster cuts. He's gonna get his opportunity in the, is it a restricted or unrestricted? It's unrestricted.
Okay. Here it is.
It's unrestricted.
It says the Chargers have applied the rare unrestricted free agent tender to JK, giving him exclusive negotiating rights if he remains unsigned by training camp. If he plays under the tender, he would earn the $3.42 million. The move also keeps the Chargers eligible for comp pick if Dobbins signs elsewhere before camp.
Yep. But after camp, they
There's
should
nothing
be dead.
Exactly.
So what they'll do, they'll showcase him in spring in the spring ball, summer ball, whatever you want to call it, and then wait for injury and hopefully he could sign elsewhere. But if they don't, and then I could totally see the Chargers cutting him and him not making that 53-man roster and still get paid.
Yeah. Taking up that roster, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because is he going to play special teams? Like, if he's going to be the fourth running back, then why even bother?
Exactly.
Super depth.
So, but
I mean, the Cowboys could use him.
Yeah,
well,
a lot of
Maybe
teams
they-
will end up needing a running back. It might be
especially the Broncos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
I'm not too sold on that RJ Harvey kid. I see
Or,
a lot of people drafting him, but kind of scares me a little bit. Like, who the fuck is he? He was totally not on my radar.
RJ Harvey. Yes, he's a stocky fella. He's not very tall, but he's a between the tackles and can catch some passes. I guess a lot of people are fearful on his ability to play against elite competition. But other than that, he's just as good as Ashton Janty in the metrics between tackles and the metrics that make Janty attractive. Outside of you take away the stats and you just look at the skills. RJ had similar production with advanced metrics.
Okay. Good to know.
Nobody can keep up with JT's stats. That's just
Yeah,
he's
sure.
in the league of his
Another
own with the
level.
2,600, and the next best guy was barely 17.
I was gonna say, what do you think his yardage total could be his rookie year here, as far as I guess combined, right, rushing and receiving? You think he can get close to like 1,700 maybe?
Total.
Yeah, total.
Potential. Yeah, I think that's a nice shoot for him, like 16, 17. But we really have to see where that offense is going to go, because they got better in the passing game, and that's going to be really interesting for. And Bo Nix can run too, so a lot of the times in the goal line situations, I could see Bo Nix doing the goal to go. At least one of the three or four attempts making a run for the goal line. He's pretty good at it. But yeah, RJ Harvey, his advanced metrics, they're not far away from Ashton Janty. So they're very positive when it comes to the some of the analytical stuff.
Quicken says Peyton likes to go with a hot hand.
Yeah.
Ginny says he's still throwing darts at Estime.
Estime is totally different from RJ. Estime is a remember the conversation we had earlier between the tackles? Well, Estime is between the guards. He's just go boop. He's like a Jerome Bettis. And that type of running back doesn't really have much value in this day. But they do the committee, and they run with the hot hand. I agree, that's the Sean Payton thing. But once he does have that, once he has a favorite, then Peyton's gonna stick with the favorite. That
I think it's enough for me that he went up and got him.
there's a big difference between the Broncos and what the Saints had with Ingram and
AK.
And yeah, we don't really have that in Denver right now. So whoever's the better guy, he might be the 3-down back.
And if there's a knock on Harvey Dent, RJ Harvey Dent, that is Two-Face, is that he's only like one face mainly. He's a runner. He's an explosive runner, outside stretch runner. This guy's gonna kill. You know what I mean? But the passing game, it's not. Maybe it's just we haven't seen it, but I think
That's what
still
he was
built-
saying. That if you listen to his conversation, it's like, well, they didn't really incorporate me as pass catcher, but I can.
Yeah, it
do
doesn't mean he's not a pass catcher,
Right.
correct? Yeah, but it's not really on his resume.
He's got the moves on the field to force defenses to collapse when
He'll get himself
when he's in the backfield. They're gonna collapse and they're gonna try and take away the ability for him to burst. They're gonna try and stop him before he gets up to speed.
There it is.
And then that's
I
when Bo
figured it
Nix is
out.
he's gonna find the Harvey, not the Harvey. What's his name? The new PJ. They got PJ, right? What is his name?
Penguin?
The big receiver guy that they got.
Oh, my man Pat Bryant.
Right, Bryant. Okay, so he's
Michael
more
Thomas
interesting to
2.0.
me right now. I know the draft capital isn't really impressive, but
He has a really white name, Pat Bryant.
I'm really intrigued to see if he can be the missing link for that Bo Nix passing game.
You know what? You know what they need? Trade for Tyreek Hill, and it'll open up everything.
That'd be cool.
Right? Give it to our Bo Nix. Tyreek Hill's still available in this draft. What do you think of that? Isn't that crazy?
No, I don't think it's crazy.
I think it's just crazy to me because the recency bias made this such a drop off. Because he hasn't really dropped off as far as, like, you know, it's not like he lost a leg. He's like, he could have one wrist.
He was healthy for most of the season, and he had plenty of games where he only caught like 2 or 3.
Is that a him problem?
It's with him and Waddle, and it's a McDaniel thing. The coaching, like, he was like, okay, look, we're without Tua, and he did absolutely nothing whole fucking season to fix that problem. He's like, we're just gonna suck and lose games.
Mike McDaniel's smoking some bad weed.
It makes no sense
Yeah.
if Tyreek Hill was still an elite receiver and he was only getting that very little work.
No, he had like 120 targets, didn't do a lot.
Oh
with
my
it.
God. That's like the third most in his career, I think.
Yeah, hold on. Let me verify that though.
Yeah, let's see how close I am in the ballpark.
How
I
many
feel-
games did he have less than 5 receptions?
Because, like, he's only had over 100 receptions, I think, twice or 3 times in his career. But
Okay, yeah, he had 123 targets, 81 receptions, and 959 yards. So his yards per target dropped from 10.5
5 times 17 is 85.
and
So
it
there's
dropped all
a
the way down
lot.
to
There was a lot of
7.8.
games where he had less than 5 receptions.
And then his touchdowns went from 13 to 6.
You know?
that's less than half. At least give me 6.5.
Oh man, this is like, ugh.
That's why he's still there.
PPR fantasy points 26. This is by week 26, 6, 7, 8,
What?
12.
What?
After the bye, 2, 13, 12, 11, 19. All right. 9, 20, 28, 5, 11, 19, 4.
That sounds like you remember that episode of Friends?
Nope. Never
When,
saw that shit.
Do you watch Friends?
No, it's a horrible show. Watch that shit
Okay.
without a laugh track.
We'll change the subject. I don't think I've ever had the Friends combo. Is that why you didn't come on the Jake Silly episode years ago? So we did the Friends trivia. Do you
Yeah, I was like, fuck that. Like, who watches this trash?
Hey, Brendan, the Hall of Fame game is going to be, I think it's Detroit and the Chargers.
Like, watch it without a laugh track, and you're like, this is borderline fucking, like not good. This guy's gaslighting this person. This guy's
Because
super
I was
fucking
always
rude and being a
shocked.
creep.
What's your name?
Ross is being a fucking creep. Like, and then, but you put a laugh track, after the shit, and it's everybody's like, oh, it's the best show. It's like, oh, I don't know.
They were friends, weren't they?
Yeah. Why is it called Friends?
I'm gonna come out with a show called Terrible Friends, and it's just gonna be like.
No, there's already one called Bad Friends.
Really? And then
Yeah,
just came
I
out.
can't believe you guys don't know
Terrible
about it.
Friends
It's
isn't
hilarious.
cooking yet.
Yeah, go check it out. It's on YouTube. Bad
Friends without the laugh track.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one. Lots of moments.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit a dab in the other room so it doesn't smell when my coworker comes back. I'll be right back.
Yeah, do your thing.
Actually, what is this? I can let you guys know.
Mission Dab.
This is Bubba Kush.
Nice. I love Bubba Kush. It's so classic and it'll never die. It's like up there with Jack Herrera.
Oh yeah.
As far as that era,
because it hits strong.
Yeah, and I miss Jack Herrera. It's a real good sativa.
It's a good string.
There's plenty of it where I'm at.
Yeah, I think you're from like the land of it. Actually, I think.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, the Jack Herrera came from SoCal. It was an actual dude named Jack Herrera, I think.
Just so you don't
Jack
forget,
Herrera,
you're still on the clock.
It could have been Colorado for Jack Herrera too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bogey, you're on the clock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just so you don't forget, you're still on the clock. Dan. You've been on the clock for about an hour.
Oh, damn it.
Hey, you could pick Tyreek Hill since you blurted it out.
Oh, man, shit. Hold on, man. I'm
Or
about
you
to
can
put this
pick
pick on
another
the block.
rookie.
He is still there, man. He is still there. Booger's like, I'm gonna put this pick on the block. Yeah, Tyreek Hill is still there. I mean, it's insane value, but at the same time, I don't know if he's dropped off or if Miami's gonna get their shit together. So I'm just not gonna waste a pick right now. He'd literally be my bench receiver. Oh, Bogart made the pick. He went to Jordan Mason.
Jack Herrera was also an author of the 1985 book "The Emperor Wears No Clothes."
Oh,
He might be more well known for that book than his weed strain.
wow, same guy. If it's the same guy, that's dope.
But he's from New York. He's from Brooklyn. He's probably Jewish. Shout out to the Jews. And I want to say he lived a lot of his life in Oregon. Looks like.
Ooh, they got some good stuff in Oregon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting like trickle down effect stuff from Oklahoma and surrounding areas.
Yes.
He's the oldest guy on my team.
He twice ran for president in 1988 and in 1992.
What? I would have voted for him.
You would have
Jack
been
Herrera.
one of the
word.
the 5,700 voters for the Grassroots Party.
Look at that.
He
Put him on a T-shirt.
he claimed that the Amanita muscaria was the secret for his recovery in a stroke.
Amanita muscaria. So that's the classic red mushroom with the white dots. You know, the Mario shit, bro. That's Amanita muscaria. It grows under pine trees, right? And this is the origin of Santa Claus, bro. You ready for this? Yeah,
We've heard
doing
this
it.
before on
So
this
like, in Siberia, you had bruh, and it'd be the wintertime, and everyone has their little huts and villages and shit, and then everything's snowed in, and then this fool would go out there in the goddamn and then pick all the Amanita muscaras underneath the pine trees, and he would put them on the trees. You know what I mean? To let them dry out so they can get the sun. So it's like he's decorating trees, you know what I mean? Then he comes back when they're all dry, bags them all up, and while everybody's snowed in, He goes in this motherfucker and just drops them in their fucking, he just walks on top of their hut because it's snowed in, drops it into their hut. You know what I mean? And everybody eats the mushrooms. Mind you, he's on him and his reindeer, they're on these mushrooms all day, right? Then when it's Christmas or was the winter solstice, they all meet in the town square and he is loaded to the gills. Everybody is too. And they stand in line and he pisses in a trough. And they stand in line to drink his piss because your fucking kidneys or your liver, I forget which one, it fucking metabolizes it. So when you pee out, so yeah, you still get some psychedelic properties, but you got to eat a lot of it if you're going to ingest it like that. But when you pee it out, now it's like concentrated. So these motherfuckers stand in line and drink this fucking psychedelic piss and talk to God. Christmas.
Yeah.
Is that not Santa Claus to you?
Yeah. It's the grand old holiday of Saturnalia.
There it is.
Yep.
That's my uncle.
Saturnalia.
Twice removed.
That was the pagans' winter holiday, where a lot of the things that the Christianities adopted came from the pagan.
Well, the pagan shit was around.
Well, Romans, Greeks, they were all pagans before they decided that they were gonna go with monotheism. They started but they liked their culture so much that they said, well, we're gonna do
Who doesn't like eating
but we're
mushrooms?
gonna celebrate Christ instead of the regular shit that we've been doing for the last.
But that was in that era, though. See,
centuries.
this was AD now, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
AD.
Saturnalia.
Add mushrooms. Yeah, but
That's traditional.
I don't want to get too sacrilegious. I don't want him to strike down upon me.
What up, Ghost Monkey? What up, Antonio?
What's up, Ghost? What up, twin?
Brandon says y'all have a very different Christmases.
I'm just saying. That's not me. That's the Siberians.
Not mine. That's what.
That's the Siberians.
This is these are the Romans. These are these are long time.
Where is Siberia? Is that Russia, right?
Yeah, that's Eastern Europe.
Really?
Hey, you know what's badass? The Siberian tiger.
Yeah, the white one.
Yeah, that's what the Bengals should wear all the time. The White Ranger joint looked crazy.
The Bengal tiger's orange. It's a big ass.
No. I'm just saying. No, they had their alternative one for one game or one time a couple years ago was the white one, and them motherfuckers look like Tommy from the fucking Power Rangers, bro. This shit's hard.
Yeah, tigers are from Bengali, and they're orange, big. They're the biggest fucking tigers. They're.
I love how he knows like the origin. Yes, the Bengals derives from the Bengalians.
Bengali.
I'm gonna regurgitate that one time somewhere, and I'm gonna sound smart.
Siberia's West Alaska.
That's Alaska.
Yeah, I don't know where.
I'm really bad with geography.
There is a point somewhere like in the Pacific though where it goes, okay, like a day ahead,
and we own Alaska.
Like when you go to Japan, you're way to fuck off. But when you fly back to America, you're like, oh shit, I only took like 3 hours to get here. It's wild because you got to jump all those time zones.
You ever had canned salmon from Alaska?
Canned salmon?
I didn't even know they canned salmon, but apparently this is the best because when my pops had a homeboy that lived in Alaska, he used to send us canned salmon, and this shit was choice. I didn't even know they canned that motherfucker, but I guess
never knew that either.
it is Alaska.
I eat a lot of fresh fish, and I don't think I'm.
He's like, I ain't eating no can. Hey, we'll eat
I
some
don't think
sardines.
I'll open
Come on,
up
we
a
get them,
can
bro.
for
We'll
my
eat
fish.
sardines, bro.
Yeah, sardines
Sardines
are
goes crazy.
definitely once in a while for me. Not a staple, but yeah, I don't hate on the sardines, anchovies. It's got to be in the mood. It's like depression food. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I feel like I'm in the 1933 fucking whatever. The stock market crash. Gotta go get me some sardines.
Shit. I don't know. I'm not crazy about sardines.
I'm not either.
That's it.
You don't eat them by themselves. You kind of like put some. This doesn't sound gross. It's gonna sound real gross, but you put a little mayonnaise on it.
I'm not a fan of mayonnaise either.
It's so nasty. This is beyond this is like great grandparents' foods.
Yeah, I got you. Those meals that just don't exist anymore. Times.
Yeah.
There's no need.
Yeah,
there's
like
no
the other
need.
day somebody was asking me, it's like, what was the devil's fucking food? I'm like, devil's food? What do you mean devil's food? Like the cake? No, the devil's food in the can. I'm like, devil's food in the can? You talking about, oh, I know what you're talking about. That's liverwurst.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
They didn't know what they were eating. They were like calling it devil's food. I was like, nah, that's liverwurst. That's straight up like fucking liver
Veal.
made into a paste. But it's good. It goes good on a cracker, I guess. I don't know.
These fucking reporters making mistakes. Sorry. Like I get an email, like something gets bounced back or returned, but then like somebody here in my office reads it and then they don't tell me about it. So how am I supposed to tell the reporter? Like it goes to a red mail. Like I don't know. Anyways, I'm just doing my job, like due diligence, going over emails from this morning, and then I see it. Nobody fucking told me about this. It was an hour ago. My coworker is at his 2-hour lunch.
My coworker hasn't showed up to work for like 3 weeks. You know what he said? I have an abscessed tooth. I needed an emergency extraction. And I'm like, don't act like I'm dumb, okay? So when you have an abscessed tooth, as soon as you extract it, you feel a million times better.
Yeah.
You feel like you want to, join a parade and celebrate. Like there's no, I need
Like
to stay
Tom Hanks?
home. Well,
Like Tom
no,
Hanks
you
on
just fucking
Castaway?
relieve the whole grip of pain by ripping that fucking tooth out of your face. Don't act like I don't. He doesn't want to go to work. Whatever. I get it, but 3 weeks? God damn. How do you survive?
Guys, relax. I know I'm on the clock. It's been 4 minutes.
I know, right?
Don't get mad at Peacock because I took 56 minutes.
I'm a fast draft my.
Yeah, I got my stuff set. Like when I want to make my pick, it's like boom. When do you ever have to tell me I'm on? I said if it's been 30 minutes, then you can tag me because like stuff is going on. You know what I mean?
It took me exactly 1 hour to decide.
And you guys are still on 8-hour clocks. I saw you're in the 11th round, still on 8-hour clocks.
I literally
You're gonna have to shift that shit to 4 hours.
I literally dealt with a hailstorm yesterday out of nowhere and made a pick within like 8 minutes or 7 minutes. Like I had to like change clothes and go outside and cover my cars and come back inside and get dry, and then I still made the pick faster than like the average of everybody in the league. So
yeah, everybody deserves their to collect their thoughts and really think about it, because the first 15 rounds of a startup in a dynasty they can make it break you. Really, you really are setting the tone for the future. And
yeah, you're kind of stuck with this team.
Yeah,
for a while.
Absolutely.
And I can go with older guy here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my selection. I took Geno Smith in round 9, and then I followed him up with Shakir, a younger receiver who just got an extension. And he's the only Geno's like the only player who's like not on a winning roster. I have like Buffalo and Chuba Hubbard also, right? Carolina's like a workhorse, but those are like my third and fourth running back, third quarterback, right?
Oh, you got me with that Chuba. I was hoping he would swing around. I'm like, yeah, I'm target Chuba. He goes.
I remember I drafted Chuba as a rookie.
Yeah, so I got
Took me a
Jamo and
long
Shakir,
time
my
to
younger
capitalize
receivers.
on that.
All right, so we're
I
gonna get the
wasn't giving
Falcons
up,
and the
but
Colts
I
in
kept
Germany.
Chuba. And his career was really nice in college. Super.
Oh, you had him since
Low
he was
end-
a rookie?
I drafted him in a rookie draft, and I held on to him. He was cuttable at times. I tell you, like there was no reason to have Chuba Hubbard on your team, and I stuck with it and ended up paying off. And really, I didn't win any championships with him yet, but I feel like this year with Chuba Hubbard on that team full of like rebuild mode for the last 4 years, I have got a shot. I'm stoked for this team with the. I think you can add me to parking.
I'll give you Jordan Mason in the next year's third for Chuba, Peacock.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. I almost had you there.
Yeah, I'm just talking through my next pick here. Like I said, I started it off with CD, who's still relatively young. He's 26, and then my next two receivers all the way in round 8. I got Jamo, who's 24, coming off a little injury, but still like
Good value there.
right. And then Shakir, who just signed an extension at age 25. So I could go with a vet. I was planning on going with Godwin, but Song already took him. So all of my Tampa Bay to pair with Baker is gone, except I do have Bucky Irving, so he's a good receiving.
Do you think if you went Godwin, that Shakir would have fell back to you?
Maybe that's the game
he
I was.
would have passed me twice for sure.
That's the game I was playing, but I was like, with this. I noticed that everybody's kind of going for youth, so I chose youth over the experience.
I'm not mad at the pick though. He's the guy to have if you ask me. Like I don't even want Kincaid either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's high scoring passing offense or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, and right now I'm debating between a couple other guys. I don't want to mention the other names, but because I took Geno late, I'm gonna pair him up late here with Jacoby Myers. And
I like it.
There's my little stack. So I got
Baloney has a first name.
Yeah, so Jacoby Myers is my last flex spot right there, and now East sides up, and he's on the clock. And I see that he's in the chat, and he's already seen that he's on the clock. Let's see if he makes his pick, because last night he did that, then he got off, and then he made his pick like an hour and a half later, and I was trying to go to sleep. And there he is. He's out of the draft room again, so he's probably going to do the same.
East side? That's my man, East side?
Yeah.
What time is it? Shout out to our man East side. What was that movie? The one that we did Lee, where when he was down for the count? The Window? Or not, that was Johnny Depp. Anyways, because my man, he got his I think it was his MCL redone, something like that. So he's loving these drafts. He's like, because he's just mad chilling right now. You know what I mean? But the only times he might not be like super he might have been in rehab.
Yeah. No, guys, no need to apologize. It's just like it's just that I don't need to be told I'm on the clock, honestly. It was like I know I'm on the clock, and I'm in like 6 leagues or 7 leagues, and we're always drafting. I got tons of fucking my phone is going off all the fucking time. So
I know
I don't need to be tagged. I'm in a group chat with Lee, and he's constantly sending texts. Like I get enough notifications.
I'm a
So don't worry about it. I know you guys mean well, but I'm literally here. I told Bogey he was on the clock. I know what's up. If it's anybody, tag the guys. Take a while to pick. You know what I mean? But at this point, I could have taken more time on it and been like, explore a trade. Think about it. Do I want to go direction? But I like my roster so far and the build. I did need to fill up a flex spot, and I already had 2 running backs in there, so I was definitely going wide receiver. in this instance, but I did think about, defensive players because they're starting to come off the ball, off the clock here, off the board as well. So, but typically I don't make that pick until all of my offensive players are set because running backs they tend to thin out really fast in dynasty startups. So I wanted to make sure I got all of those guys in there first. At least that's a strategy I've gone with the last 2 times. Other builds that I did earlier this summer, more wide receiver early, like hitters early. But in this draft, I was able to get 3, young guys, 2 of them relatively late. Kind of like afterthoughts in Jamo and Shakir. But there was plenty of picks where guys went where I was like, the Q curse. Now we'll see. One of the ones that got me was Drake May, man. Candlestick taking Drake May at 3.9 was like, damn. I thought I was gonna be able to get him in like round 5 or 6, like in the Lawrence, Penix, Stafford zone, not right after Kyler and before Dak. But it is what it is. All right, so East Side is back up on the clock. We're in what round is this? 10, 11. We're round 11. I just took Jacoby Myers at 11.5.
And guard said, "Let there be light." I said guard because I'm Bogart.
I didn't know what he wrote. I was like, who the fuck is guard?
I
was thinking like a guard,
Yeah, I know, right? No, shout out to my man Iffy. He just had his son the other day, but I got to chopping it with him last night, and him and his whole clique, like that whole side of things, they all call me guard. Yo, what's up, guard? Then when his little brother Profito, he calls me Scotch guard. He thinks it's funny. No, I think it's funny too, though. Because like if they don't call me guard, they call me Scott. But and then he calls me Scotch. If not, Scotch guard. I'm just fresh. You feel me? Actually, I probably wouldn't be Scotch guard. Do you guys use start? Is that starch? Scotch? What is Scotch guard?
Scotch guard protects from stains and things like that from water.
See, I knew Lee would know because that sounds something like old English, right? Scotch guard.
Buy a piece of furniture, get a Scotch guard. You can avoid stains and things like that, man.
That's like in the old country. What else you got for us here? Anything else boiling up in the streets?
I was actually just taking a little.
Taking a stroll through the streets, checking to see what's happening.
Yeah,
they
just put out the strength of schedule, and the 49ers at the least with 415. I think that the last. Let's see what else is there. Oh, the Germany game came out. It's going to be the who is the team? It's going to be the Colts and Colts, and they just released it. Oh, the leak was it's the Colts and the Falcons in Germany.
Dang, the Germans are going to be very upset.
Colts and Falcons. Total Buffalo Bills.
Oh, maybe the Germans will still think it's Peyton Manning. The Germans come out in troves, bro. They sell out those games super quick. It really I'm just capping, but it really doesn't matter who plays there. They're selling that bitch out immediately. And when they first had Brady there, what was it? Bro, I guess it was Brady.
Oh,
what was it? It was like a 80,000 or 100,000.
Yeah, it was 100,000. Yeah.
That shit's crazy. Have we ever had football games? Is that the largest football game ever in attendance? Is there 100,000 seated stadium in the NFL?
No, but with the soccer stadiums in England, they can do that. They can. I think that the most they can fit. I think it's 80 to 90. I think it is. I'd have to check, but I think it is. But not 100,000. Not like Cowboy Stadium.
I'm scrolling for news, but I don't see jack shit right now.
No, there's really nothing out there. No.
Yeah, this one, this one of them. We're in
We're in the dead zone.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're in purgatory until like that's why I'm glad we have the return of playmakers, right? The schedule breakdown, so then I could over exaggerate and unnecessarily count the strength of schedule. No, because like for example, the McMillan, I don't like him this year. I don't like all the corners he's gonna face. You know, he's probably not as good as Marv Harrison Jr. either. And then like Marv, he's gonna get week 1 all the best coverage, week 2, week 3, and so forth. He's gonna get it all, double coverage.
Man, this young chick is gonna take down Bill Belichick, man. North Carolina has denied the report that Belichick's girlfriend has been banned from the university, but they're coming out with multiple reports.
Banned from the university for what?
I guess they're calling her a I don't know. I don't know. There's multiple reports that she's been banned from the football facility.
Oh,
so how is she gonna get Belichick then?
Huh?
I don't think that she's gonna get fault Belichick for that. You know what I mean? He's the evil emperor, bro. He got her on robot.
You say Roblox?
He got her on. He said Roblox. Yeah, because she's
God damn.
Because she's young.
She's young.
So young.
Oh shit!
He just gives her some
got
Robux.
her on Droid. The evil emperor got her on Droid. I mean, she's on Droid mode. I think what was it about? I read into that just a little bit because I love the evil emperor, but it was something about how they were doing some kind of, was it Hard Knocks?
Well, that got scratched too.
It was supposed to be some type of that, but she was gonna be like
Hard Knocks, yeah.
She was gonna get a bunch of screen time there. That was part of his deal. Like, listen, she's got to be on it or not.
Make her famous.
She will be on it. That's what he should have done.
Make her famous.
All right. That's what he does. You'll have my baby. Like, listen, nobody's fucking him if he's not who he is, bro. He comes through, he got the cut off sleeves. You know what I mean?
Well, the Steelers now have 16 draft picks in 2026.
So they're just so this is why they brought back racist Rudolph. Then they're like, all right, we're gonna make sure that we really get high picks.
16.
That's, if you break that 8 offense, 8 defense, that's basically creating a whole team.
This is what they kind of need to do. I like the Roonies. The Roonies are smart over there. You gotta do some form of this. Like since Big Ben Rapisburger, they tried to do patchwork at that position with like racist Rudolph and Kenny Pickett and you know what I mean, Justin Fields and Russ. You know,
they move
now
up
they're
to
gonna
get a
try with
quarterback.
Rodgers, I'm sure.
I can see them moving up to get a quarterback.
They're armed with ammo now, right? But then they also spent a second round to get DK. Stupid.
They have 4 third-round picks.
Shit. Historically, they kill those third rounds, but they just haven't in recent history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, George Pickens is gone. They used to be the fucking factory for drafting these receivers. Remember that?
Yep.
You fucking go all the way back to Hines Ward and goddamn Manny Sanders, the Colonel himself, Antonio Brown, even Martavis Bryant. If he wasn't smoking a tree, bro, he would have been a guy.
Oh, what a shame.
I know, huh? He probably hates Flash Gordon because Flash Gordon kept like fucking up routinely. So then they that was the first rule change in heavy favor against weed smokers. And then remember that year, LeGarrette Blount, pun intended, with Lev Bell in the car, got caught hotboxing, and then Martavis Bryant. Damn, the Steelers were keeping it lit, huh? Martavis Bryant kept pissing dirty, and they were just handing examples out, making examples out of motherfuckers.
I found a young picture of Belichick. I don't think she'd even sleep with him then.
He holds that picture up, and it still doesn't do it, huh?
It says here, Browns
He puts
GM
it over his face.
Nick Chubb returning to
And
Cleveland.
it's not even a life size that matches the face. It's just that picture. Just
Nick Chubb returning to Cleveland is increasingly unlikely.
Oh yeah,
He
duh. He's already
I
cut.
think so.
Yeah. Pretty much.
His name is Judkins.
Yeah.
That's the life of a running back. But shout out to him, 2018, and he went coming off the massive injury coming out of college, and he was able to like do his thing and then have massive injuries in the NFL. Look at him, dude.
There it is. Eastside took Tyreek Hill. Dennis is now on the clock. If you're listening, Dennis.
And this is
Sorry,
why I
Ty,
said
double draft.
Eastside and Peacock are my favorite teams because they're just like killing the value.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I take who I like early, and then I wait for value later. But I still take only the guys I like at value. Like, I didn't like Tyreek Hill at value. You know.
And you know what's so crazy is like that's where like if this was redraft, right? I think I do take if you know, and so everyone would be pushed down to a degree, right? In a redraft super flex. I would take Baker over Bo.
He's got 8 hours, Kamish. Doesn't bother me. He can take as long as he needs to pick.
Oh, who's this now? Oh, is my brother on now? Oh no.
No. He already picked.
Oh, word.
Yeah, a lot of people may try to. Some people don't like folks in this range. They may want to trade back and double up in the next round
I'll buy it all.
That's why we have an 8-hour clock. You know,
I'm sitting third.
There's literally nothing else to do right now. I mean, until the season starts. We have rookie mini camps coming up. You know, a little bit of news is going to shake out.
We're running out of time.
No reason to rush a slow draft startup.
The 32-man league, though, right? We're gonna get that fired up in a few. I got a long list. I've been, but we've been carefully choosing, right? It's just like
Curating
like
the list.
Oh, I almost want to call it the Kumite 32-man. I do like World War 32. I've just been obsessing over Van Damme the last 2 weeks.
We can do something else. There's a lot of other Van Damme movies. There's like The Quest, Lionheart, Hard Target.
Time Cop.
Impact, Time Cop.
32 Impact.
All the kickboxers.
And we're all different versions of Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Johnson. What else?
Jean-Claude Van Wilder.
No, this is an actual movie, Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Oh, okay. Because I was just trying to make one up. Because I dibs on Jean-Claude Van Wilder. I thought we were just making up different Jean-Claude Van.
No, it's an actual stupid movie name for one of his movies. He's playing, and he's playing himself basically. Like
Jean-Claude Van Helsing. Jean-Claude Van Halen. You better jump. Go ahead and jump.
If he played football, Jean-Claude Van Ginkel.
Oh, Van Ginkel. There it is. Jean-Claude Van Ginkel.
I can see the face swap already. George Pickens to the Cowboys. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Ma'am, this is the Wendy's. Oh, Bogey geeked out. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
I was wondering why I got quiet. It's just making sure.
Fatality.
Just making sure that the drops still worked.
What the fuck was that?
Let's see. Feeling real for Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel getting his helmet fitted. Dylan Gabriel looks like a high school player still.
He's one of the most successful college quarterbacks of all time.
There he is getting his helmet fitted. He definitely looks like he's still in high school.
Oh yeah, it does look like a younger. You know, the older I get, the younger they look, though.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah. Huh. Is that just a meme, or was that a true story where Dylan Gabriel says, "I'm taking number 2"?
Oh, I don't
No,
know.
that was actually Sanders ended up taking 12.
Oh, wow.
He got 12 because 2 was gone. Whatever.
Any other news?
Nothing.
All random shit on my feed, man.
Yeah, this is all.
Higgins. Yeah, nothing much going on, man. Somebody do something. Aaron Rodgers, is he going to go to play with the Steelers or what?
Who knows? I saw something, but he said he's going. They have a deal in place, but they said he's going to make a decision what is it? End of May after the OTAs or whatever it is. So
The longer he waits, the less likely I feel like
he signs.
it's going to happen. Yeah. Unless he's thinking that somebody's going to have an off-season injury.
To weigh his options, yeah.
Dangerous game to play there.
Yeah. Giants are squared away. Browns seem to be squared away.
Pretty much.
The only team that's left is the Steelers. So I think he's definitely considering retiring.
I'm sure it's weighed on his mind a little.
Yeah, he might be.
He's saying he's dealing with a lot of quote unquote personal problems.
Yeah. See? Money doesn't buy happiness.
Bogart's back.
That's funny. I was just saying that with shout out to my man Slim. That was Slim that just called me. We were just talking about how motherfuckers got prices like foods that don't value themselves. And it's like they just want, you know what I mean? They do shit for clout. But then at the same time, it's like, damn, they is not happy people, even when they get that money. Like, money doesn't buy happiness. Right when I jump on the stream over here, like, well, that's the universe. It's the universe for you. Shout out to my man Slim. Oh, we got action.
What?
I think we got action. No, I thought Sleep Arrow. It might be a different league.
Oh, yeah. Right there. Brandon's mentioning, he's like, I forgot we have Tharp. Yeah. 6'9", 270-pound tight end at Texas camp.
Damn. That guy's going to be a pro wrestler.
Yeah, I have a picture of him here.
The choke slam. Anytime you're that tall, the choke slam's got to be your finisher.
There he is wearing number 45. Hold on. He played at Texas Tech. 6'9", 183, 10-yard split. I don't know what that even means. Here's some highlights.
He's a tight end, like a motherfucker. Pause.
6'9", 260, 270, something like that.
Oh, this is bro y'all got like in like the 6th round?
No. This is like an undrafted free agent, I think.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
He's gonna come off the ACL ready to go, bro.
Yeah.
Today's medicine. I am a doctor. Just any reason to hit the drop.
Hey, he can run some routes. He looked pretty good there. Not too bad for 6'9".
Yeah. He puts his hand in the air. He's like 9 feet tall, bro.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! Look at that. That's a nice play right there. Let's see. Let's do that again.
For 8 all game long.
Oh, they said he was out of bounds, but that was a nice grab anyway.
50% Jackson, new album dropping. Error 50%. That's how much he elevated since then, right? Since last season. You know, it's got to be bad, but like on paper, you bring in Danny Dumbass, the Danny Dumbass, Duke graduate, by the way. So he's got to be some kind of smart, right? Yeah. That's the guy they brought in. They're like, give me someone from Duke. This guy's. Oh, who's the other guy too they got from Notre Dame? They got three. They got 3 guys with athleticism that can't really throw the ball over there. It's pretty awesome. They got a type.
Their type is mediocre.
Yeah. That's I mean, it's totally what's his name? That's totally Ursay. Does anyone what is the Ursay Peyton Manning story? Was it just they got lucky and they went Reed? Or what was his name? What was what was the dude? It was Peyton Manning and who? What was his name?
Peyton Manning. I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
That were 1 and 2 in their draft. Is Peyton Manning and who? Reed? No, what's his name? Help me out here. The legendary bust.
Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf. There you go.
That was.
I don't know why I was.
Yeah,
Ryan Leaf Reed's the porn star. That's why I was thinking of that name.
Damn.
Totally off.
Makes me feel old.
Samsonite.
I know, right?
All right, man.
So what are you thinking about okay, Caleb Johnson, right? What's your take on Caleb Johnson, kidda? Because like I think he's the lock for a Thou Wow, which is not like anything world beating in today's NFL, but in a dynasty where I don't give a fuck about running backs, to get a youngster like that, I'm just hella happy.
Yeah, pre-combine, he was definitely talked about like as the number 2 or 3. I think he was competing with Amari and Hampton in terms of like, oh, okay, where do we value these guys? Hampton,
the bigger back,
and he's also more athletic. He's just a little bit better. He's got better burst. He runs nicer on film. But Caleb Johnson was also a guy that could that at the end of his career, you would look at Caleb Johnson and go, oh yeah, this guy's definitely got a future in the NFL. I think Pittsburgh was the best system for him to fall into, and I do think that
we got a historic nature of them just like having running backs good for us in fantasy too.
Yeah, I don't think that 1,000 yards rushing is off the table.
at all.
Do I think it's a floor? No, I don't think it's quite a
I don't think it's
floor.
a floor either.
But
I think he's a thou.
I think our aspirations for a rookie running back, Caleb Johnson, has as much upside as Omarion Hampton rookie season. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had a better rookie season. But both of those
Tyler
guys.
Albubu? Remember Tyler Albubu's rookie year with Arthur Smith?
The,
in
like
Atlanta.
1,100 yards or something, or was it just over 1,000?
I think it was 1,000. It might have been close to 11, right? But it was definitely over 1,000. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we're good with that, right? Arthur Smith over there. Now you got Caleb Johnson. They're kind of similar to me in build too, but definitely I'd say Caleb is better than Tyler Algier. Caleb got that, and he also got the nose for the pay dirt, bro. Like he's a touchdown maker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that offense any good, right? Is that offense any good?
Right. It's a big question mark not having a quarterback. You know, they could stack boxes and prevent any holes and really make it hard for whoever is running the ball. Yeah, it might not be as easy as we're imagining it prior to the season starting. We don't know who the quarterback is. If it's Aaron Rodgers, then we like it a bit more than if he didn't actually play for the Steelers.
Oh yeah. So I gotta run this by you again too, because I think I mentioned it to you before. But so we're gonna launch another one, right? Johnny Mittens didn't join this one because he's like, I want to go. I gotta be in the one with Kidda. And I'm like, oh, we're gonna get. He said the league that we were all, we were all in leagues before, right? The three of us, right? He's like, bro, we're not even in leagues somewhere. I need to be in one with Kidda. I'm like, okay, I'll run it by him.
All right. Well,
and that one would probably launch like next week. You know what I mean? So I got like 6 on the list, but if I get you, there's like 7 now. You know what I mean?
Johnny is one of the fiercest competitors.
I love it, right?
Yeah,
I also actually hate Johnny because of that.
He knows how to make trades. He knows how to draft. He knows how to start and sit them. He's
he covers all the bases.
Yeah, he's a good dude overall.
I'm
if you ever get to have a actual conversation with the guy, he's definitely a good people. But yeah, man. Man, that's I'm flattered that somebody wants to.
Yeah, he told me he's that on Tuesday.
And it's Johnny. Johnny's like, if I'm gonna join a league, it's gotta be with Kidda. Okay. Well, in that case, you could sign me up for it too. I haven't.
Yeah. Johnny, you know what's funny? Johnny was actually supposed to jump on the show this morning with us. He didn't. I remember I actually didn't. I got like a million texts piling up, so maybe he did text me back. But earlier this morning, I just texted him because he was like, "Hit me tomorrow," and just what I mean. I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." But yeah, he wants. He wants to get in the rotation. I said, "Hell yeah, man! I want to bring." I've been trying to get him on.
Isn't he in the Gen Wealth League?
Yeah, no, not the Gen Wealth, the original one. He's in the D-Gen.
Yeah, I think he's in D-Gen.
Yeah. Are you in D-Gen? You are. You're in Next Gen and D-Gen, right?
I'm in Next Gen.
Okay. Oh, really? You only did the one this offseason?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You only did the one.
Yeah, because the D-Gen is Candlestick.
Your team was murder over there, too.
Is he in the Nice Guys?
No. See, I think that's what he said. He
Johnny
wants
Mittens in the D-Gen, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If he wouldn't be requesting to join a league with you if you were in the D-Gen. You're right. So, because he was like, because, we were in them other joints. We was in a few, all of us. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that would be our first GWN league together. Okay,
Yeah.
what do you say?
Real money leagues, you mean?
Yeah.
I think I have a. Oh, I declined the trade. Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you end up doing for the birthday? For the lady's birthday?
Oh man, tried out a new restaurant and I was pleasantly surprised and I was so happy. We went to this Vietnamese. She's Vietnamese, so we went to this Vietnamese restaurant.
Shout out to all my Vietnamese folks. Yeah.
And it was fucking fire. It originally because she hadn't been to this place, and so she quickly looked it up. She was like, "Oh, it's northern," and I'm like, "No, this place is like it separates their menu between northern and southern." So she must have just glanced
So
at
like Vietnamese and then French Vietnamese.
it. I don't know how northern and southern gets broken down, but
I guess like when we're talking about the war shit though, right? Even right, because that's what the war was. It was the North versus the South. So you might have some real contrast here.
Well, the French were involved centuries before Vietnam War. But yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. She's South Vietnamese, so I ordered the communist dish. I got the North Vietnamese.
Okay, hold on. What makes it what was it? Because is it the red rice?
Just the description. The description was like basically saying, "Oh, the North has flavor and the South is a little bit less flavor." I was like,
It's
"Well, I
more
always
fresh
go
food.
for more flavor." What? Like that's easy for me. It was a good meal. And then
Dude, they got like the the beef shank with the red rice and all that shit like that.
so what we ordered to share were oxtails and then like the fucking big ass like rib, like the beef rib, the big bone beef rib.
And they put it over the
Oxtails.
joint. Is it the one they put over the bowl with the soup?
Yeah, exactly. It's got the soup
That's
broth.
that shit right there.
And don't ignore that soup broth. It's like I know you take the fucking meat out and you eat it and you're like, oh, that was great. And then there's a bowl of broth there. Like that
Come
broth.
on, man.
That motherfucking broth was just like stewing that meat.
Right there.
It's got a ton of flavor. So I was going in after it with the spoon to get the broth, and yeah, it was nice. The oxtail was good.
Big fan of the oxtail anything.
Yeah, oxtail is very very
oxtail
nice.
anything, right? Oh, shout out to Stay Tuned Live, bro. We was on their show the other night, and so in Vegas, right? There's bruh. He has a soul food restaurant, right? And this is their homie, right? Anyways, they got a soul food restaurant. They have they have an oxtail chimichanga, and they got the works in there: mac and cheese, the yams, fucking, the fucking. It's fucking fired. I never even had it. I just saw it. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta have it.
Sounds so different. I've never had anything like
Right.
that.
I'm like, what a chimichanga
Oh,
with the goddamn oxtail. Like,
what?
it's like some soul food
Yeah.
/ Jamaican / Mexican even, bro. That
Yeah.
shit. I was like, okay. And it was fatty, like in the picture or the video that they showed us. And I was like, oh, we're going to be in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might need to, you know what I mean? We can make content out of that.
Yeah. I like food. I like food. I will eat it all. We were talking off stream, or was it on stream? I know we were talking about sardines and anchovies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I fuck with a
You
little
started
bit.
thinking about Pizza Hut.
Well, we were talking about like canned
No, we
food.
were talking about. I was talking about
like
canned
liverwurst
fucking
in the
salmon
can,
from
and then
Alaska.
some other like salmon in a can, and I was just like, oh, the little anchovies and the sardines. Every once in a while, that's not a staple of mine, but I will eat half a can or more, and I'll throw a little bit of the mayonnaise on it. That's how I like it. That might be like an old Great Depression, like your great grandparents ate it that way. A lot of protein. Get your electrolytes out of the anchovies. Give you the energy to go work for $1 a day. Remember the morning talk about the guy and his money laundering parlays? We talked about boxing, and that same day he took Ryan Garcia to lose, made some good monies from Smokey the Cat. Smokey the Cat. What's up, man? I recognize your name and been rocking with us for a long time, and good to see you here. I have no idea how long ago this conversation happened.
I recall it, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it's good to see you here, though. I don't. Bogey's got the elephant memory. Myself, I can't remember fantasy seasons and stuff like he can. He'll drop the memory knowledge on me all the time. I'm more of a recency bias. Yeah, we've been rocking for just over 2 hours today, which is
Slow down.
it's about normal. I think we usually have more to talk about, but we were talking earlier in the show saying that I don't know, we're kind of in that dead zone for news.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're lucky when we get like one little piece of information that's new, and like think about it. We're hyped up for a schedule release. To me, that's not a big deal.
Hey,
But
did you see the Rams are the first teams to do mini camp in Hawaii?
Oh, in Hawaii?
Yeah, they're doing it in Hawaii.
They got a game in Hawaii?
No, they're
lucky.
doing mini camp in Hawaii. They're the first team in NFL history to do mini camp in Hawaii.
Who is this?
The Rams.
I mean, you know what's kind of dope about that is like they always do camp in LA, obviously, so you're already dealing with heat during that time of year. So like to go there during that time of year, but it's also like to simulate traveling and you know, like, hey, listen, you got to get used to being a road team. You know what? Training camp on the road. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Get adjusted to different time zones. They're 3 hours before us. Like, I hate Sean McVay. That's smart. And you're in Hawaii. You're like, hey, fuck it, y'all.
I know it's a family vacation in this.
Who's gonna argue with that, right?
Oh, shit, right?
Fucking love Hawaii. I got a shitload of wings. It's going down for lunch.
Man, Product Dynasty's coming at me hard. Pause for JJ McCarthy.
Who's this?
Product
What league
Dynasty.
is this?
Huh?
What league is that one?
Nice guys.
Nice guys. Ooh. I mean, shit, man. Do you got it? Can you spell? What QBs do you have in there?
I just got Jalen Hurts, JJ, and I just drafted Will Howard.
And who?
Will Howard.
Oh.
So it's not like I have something there, you know?
Yeah. I mean, who got Tyler Shook or whatever? That's probably who he should be like trying to like get. That probably seems more accessible than taking someone's JJ. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like be doing patchwork or like. See, this is why I like being in hella dynasties because this is the first time where I have a team. It's like a project almost. The way I'm building it, not even on purpose, just the way it's turning out, and I'm choosing it. Now I guess it is purpose now, but like, well, because you know I'm always on win now mode.
Yeah.
And watch me flip this into that type of team.
Oh,
Watch. I'm ambitiously dangerous.
we know that.
Or I'm dangerously ambitious. There you go. I'm also dangerously dyslexic. I'm dangerously dyslexic.
Dangerously ambitious. No.
That's actually the most accurate, actually. That is actually more accurate.
Yeah, you're always trying to
I'm dangerously
promote
ambitious.
ambition, so it's okay to aspire for greatness.
Yes. No, it's really just like a lifelong of being a salesman because people like shiny things. So it's like if all those fails, get shiny things. Like I was like, all right, Jackson Dart, that seems fun.
Smokey was saying that remember that morning talk about the guy and his money laundering parlays. And he said that same day he took Garcia to lose and he made some good cash.
Word. Let's go.
It was like last weekend.
Oh, wow.
Damn, that guy.
Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't. I've been absent from the streams for probably a good 2 weeks, to be honest.
I mean, your youngin was in town, right?
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, tell me about some Star Wars cool stuff. What was it? What made was it was the Star Wars night still, or was it? Oh, it's still Star Wars night, huh?
Yeah. So I think I went in early April and I talked about it a little bit. Same setup, same lineup of characters to go meet and greet and all that. But my daughter's mentality is a lot different from my girlfriend's mentality. So she wanted to do the meet and greet to see Anakin, to go see.
Was it really him?
No.
I was gonna say I feel like he would like take the gig because like he's probably like pieces of bread.
Nah,
he might be living off that. He's living off that Star Wars back.
Hayden Christensen, I think.
Yeah, there you go. I hate him. Well, not him. It's the younger guy. I feel bad for that guy. The guy.
Oh, the little the boy from episode 1.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the fuck that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So who else did they have? Did they have like a Darth Maul?
Not Disney, but there was some cosplayers there. And actually, yeah, there was. He was up on back in the day. They had the Carousel of the Future, and then it turned into Interventions, and then it turned into Star Wars Launch Bay. So there's this big building in the corner of Tomorrowland, and it used to rotate. But anyways, they have a deck that's exposed to the main walkway, and they had Darth Maul up there. You know, he was twirling his double-edged lightsaber, and just up there.
Movie quality double-edged lightsaber, by the way.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, everybody likes Maul, but there was a lot of cosplayers that just came to the park as a guest, dressed up and face painted and the whole bit with Darth Maul, and a few of them look pretty good.
If I come through like Stormtrooper, are they making me take my woo-wops off and they searching me that crazy? Because Disneyland was like nuts the last time.
No, I don't think. No, because you got to walk through the metal detector. So as long as you pass through wearing your costume, okay, you'll be all right.
Do they allow blasters?
Bags.
Is the aesthetic of blasters?
Props?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said props? No, like real blasters.
Yeah, like a little blaster gun. I think so. Just for the costume purpose. Yeah. I don't know. Do they have? Well, I know if you're familiar with Ezra, his lightsaber is also a blaster. So you can buy that in the store, which is cool. I like Ezra. And then I don't ever recall seeing blasters for sale, but I know back in the day I bought some pirate like pop gun thing. You know, just like got the orange thing at the end and signify that's a toy. But other than that, it looks like a old antique gun. Yeah, that is different though. Ever since 9/11 and all that, I think the rules have changed a little bit. But my favorite character again was Chopper. If you're not familiar with the Star Wars canon, the lore, there's another droid that's similar to R2-D2. He's C-110P, and if you look at it, because it's C-1-10 and P, it looks like Chop. So they call him Chopper on Star Wars Rebels. It's a cartoon. I was already a grown ass adult when the
We have
cartoon was made,
Kiddo, this is a
but
great
it's
question
still
here.
pretty cool.
You're good at these.
Garrett Wilson and a 25 first, the 107, and Tyreek Hill for CeeDee Lamb and Jonathan Taylor. One
10-man.
QB, 10-man. Start 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 2 flex. So with the 107,
107 could be
we
like
might
Hampton.
be, Hampton is going at the 2 or 3. So he's probably off the board. Tyreek Hill still has some value. I like CeeDee Lamb as the best player in there.
107, like
Jonathan
Ibuka.
Taylor. Jonathan Taylor. How much value does he have? DJ Giddens. Kind of nice. So we'll see what kind of role he has. Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is going to be the number 1 again. Tyreek Hill should be the number 1. The 107 can turn into a nice-ish running back, I would say. I'm not messing with the wide receivers in the first round. I'm just you throw any name at me, and I'm not messing with them. But I like a lot of the running backs.
I was like, at the 107, I'd take like Amika, not for immediate impact, but you have a sturdy. I'd take him.
I'm not doing Amika Egbuka. It's a waiting game for him, in my opinion.
I don't think so because Godwin's like and Evans is old.
Godwin is definitely not before he got hurt, he was a top 3 wide receiver.
It's an ankle injury he's coming back from at age 29. That's what's.
And Amika Egbuka.
I have a new theory.
Egbuka wasn't really that great in Ohio. He had a long season and he did stuff,
Here's
but
what's fucking me up, bro.
he wasn't any better than any other Ohio State receiver that came out. He definitely wasn't better than Garrett Wilson coming out.
Well, how about this? I'm living in this new world. This is just my new thought process the last couple of days about like Godwin and everyone there. It's because I love the Roosters so much, right? Where I'm like, and it goes back to what Guccini was saying the other day. He's like, when Godwin went down, you know what I mean? Then the rest of them, at the end of the year, you have 5 or 4 receivers that have 50 or more targets, right? So I'm like, damn, what if we're living in a world where Godwin comes back? He's not 100%, but they have all these. They have McMillan and now the double E, and like they can just spread the ball so much to preserve the older guys too. I'm like, that's a fucked up world to live in. You know what I mean? But I'm like, is that not realistic though, right?
Yeah.
Well, like where now he has all this weaponry and they just rotate everyone and spread the ball around and situational shit, and we're like, just have Baker now.
They drafted EE early for a reason.
He's a first rounder. I'm like, and he's probably more of the Godwin replacement too, because like he's like a shiny, like in the slot, like when you watch all those like cut ups and shit.
And Godwin's working towards being ready for week 1. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah, right now the blurb was he's probably not going to be 100% by training camp, and it's like, oh, okay. But then for me, I'm like, it's just training camp. But I'm like, that's what actually started to make me think of this theory, combined with what JD pointed out the other day on the show, is that damn, they really do spread the ball around. And then I was thinking, well, because Godwin died and Evans was in and out of the lineup. So, yeah, of course they spread around, but they do move hella fast. Maybe there is because of the coordinator change, but it is a disciple of or some within from under Cohen. So maybe it's not too different, but it still is going to be different. So there is like a bunch of factors that you can over obsess if you're a Bogard, right?
And just like with the injury stuff, with it, ankle surgery. The last time we saw a receiver try to come back from ankle surgery, I know it's not the same thing, but it was Michael Thomas, and it was pretty much the end of his career after that.
Jalen McMillan is on the block.
I wouldn't. No, I'm waiting, seeing with Jalen McMillan because I'm not sold on Ekbuka. It's a lot of good receivers that come out of Ohio, and we're talking JSN, Olave, Garrett Wilson.
Except for injury.
I'm on the team saying that Ekbuka is the fourth best out of those four, and Ekbuka wasn't even better than the rookie last year. So,
ooh, no way we're gonna call him the Goose Ekbuka if he's bad.
I'm just not sold on Ekbuka being the
Goose Ekbuka,
the nasty next gen.
He has egg in his name.
Ohio, the nasty next gen Ohio guys isn't even in the NFL yet. It's Smith. Smith is the guy out of Ohio that's gonna fucking really light up draft boards and make a big impact for your fantasy team. Ekbuka, especially in that landing spot, I'm not really buying it.
Yeah, we're talking about what
the 107.
Huh?
Which Smith? So I can like duly note this. Who'd you say?
Oh man, I can't remember what his name is.
All of a sudden,
it's the Smith.
Ohio.
Ohio Smith. This kid just lit up. Jeremiah. He's only 19 years old, but he's the highest rated wide receiver in high school history.
I want everyone's 2027 first round picks.
Yes, he's that big of an impact player. When he played last year as a freshman, he made everybody else on that team look sick.
Oh, AJ's the other one that's going to be in this league too. That's who wants to join another one. My son. So we'll have 8 if you're in.
Yeah, I'm in because I was ultra flattered, and I realized that I don't have a GW.
It's like Catman and Robin, or what we.
Yeah, I don't have
Catman and Mittens
with I don't have a league with Mittens with the GWN. So I thought I did. I guess I don't. I'm looking at some of the other leagues.
Yeah, because you're in the G-Dub, you're in the nice guys, and in the next gen.
And he's not in any of those. I thought he was in one of those, but
yeah, I think he got in the D-Gen. I mean, he is in the D-Gen. That's the only one he joined this offseason. Shout out to him. He did say he wanted to wait till this time of the year and join another one. He's a savage. That's kind of like the prerequisite. You're either a savage or like you're like, I've never played this and I want to be battling the savages. And you're like, you know what? You're a savage, aren't you? Come on with us. I'm like a fucking one of those recruits like for the military. You know what, man? Join us right in there in the field of battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I foxed with you.
Fox with each other.
Yes. Remember, like, no, the military guy. He was like, hey, what's the you guys? You're like, nope.
Advanced hatred for the white devil. and volleyball.
I haven't seen that movie in hella long.
It's a great movie.
I feel like they never aged. We actually saw them a couple years ago. Shout out to the Cannabis Guardian Angel. We got to see them live.
They're on tour right now.
Oh, word.
Well, not together, but like the Wu-Tang's out on tour. I think they just put like, I don't know what Red Man's doing.
Whenever Method Man's birthday is, it wasn't too long ago, but Hess sent me a video. And I was like, damn, that was tight. You're at his birthday party, like with the family. You know what I mean? Just singing happy birthday and shit. Crazy. And then he's like 50 in this motherfucker. And I was like, man, that's dope. I want, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool to see. Because, you know, my heroes, when I was young, they were all dying. I thought that was just how it's going to be in the rap game. But now it's cool to see all the elder statesmen Like, I grew up on Pac. He was gone. We was slapping Pac like 10 years strong after he was gone.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still.
Mac Dre. That's another one of my favorites. Dead. Rest in peace. It's crazy. Kurt Cobain. I grew up on Nirvana, man. What? Then my older cousins putting me on Hendrix. Like, all this dead classics. Like, wow, it's kind of... I love, till this day, I was mad when she passed. But Amy Winehouse stayed in the rotation. Like, they all, what is it? Even Mac Miller is the shit. It's crazy. They're all gone in infamy.
Wow, Jacoby Myers went before Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I took players that I like. I went with the stack over Tyreek, maybe just falling off. Like last year was not fun.
Or he becomes, he's boomer bust territory now.
There were so many games where he
he
had less than 5 catches.
Yeah, exactly. Like he was wide receiver 18.
He only had one arm.
Yeah.
But the targets too, like.
I am a doctor.
Look at some of these games.
You can't catch the ball with one hand.
2 targets, 5 targets, 4 targets.
He couldn't catch the ball one-handed and throw up the peace sign with the other.
And then he's been saying like he wants out and this and that, and then he doesn't want out. And he's like, I don't know if he's totally.
Oh my God! What if he gets sent to the Steelers?
That's been a rumor also.
Jacoby Myers, basically did the same thing, but consistently. At least he's getting targets.
Are you? Well, I can't. I hate having a draft board and shouting names out, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. But I had just gone 2 younger wide receivers, so I was like, I'll take an older guy who's not super old. Plus, he's still could possibly get an extension. He's open to the extension right here, so let's see what happens. But at the same time, he's a bench late flex wide receiver. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you're definitely punting the wide receiver.
Yeah, it's a different approach these last 2 builds that I've done. It's like, let's punt the receivers. Yeah, Young, number 2. Shakira, young, 1-ish. Jacoby, an old, 1-ish. These are not my wide receiver ones, but they're guys that will just fill up. I can feel confidence sticking them in the lineup. And then...
You're the best around.
Where did Pickens go? Where's Pickens?
Pickens went at the
6'1".
Yeah. 6'1". There he is.
And
hey, Gucci, JD,
the Dak stack, the Dak stack attack.
Yeah, I've got that stack now.
Yeah, it seems like a fun stack.
I was like, oh, cool, and then Derek has it too. I was like, oh, nice. That makes it. But then I also had
then
that
you remember
stack,
it,
and then I'm going up against Derek the first week 1. I'm like, damn it. It's like we have the same stack, but on different teams, and I'm going up against him.
No. See, I always still root for the players, even if my opponents have them, because we're in so many teams, and it becomes all about the combinations, right?
Yeah.
Is my combination better than yours?
You know what I did notice earlier is this must be an internet a computer PC thing. All those the emojis on the bottom on your draft board. Yeah, I ain't got that on my phone. I never seen that. I was like, oh, what is that? What are they for? Are they like reactions? How are YouTube? Like when you jump in the chat and you got the heart and the laugh face or whatever. Same concept. Somebody makes a pick and you can laugh about it.
Yeah,
they laugh at all my picks in this one.
Shout out to Sir Brooks. He was trying to get an answer to that question, and Bogart came in and derailed the answer.
My bad.
It's essentially Garrett Wilson and the 107 for Lamb and Taylor. Lamb Hill and Taylor. Lamb Hill and Taylor? Throwing Hill in that one?
You get Lamb Hill and for Lamb Hill for Taylor. What?
Oh,
Garrett
Lamb.
Wilson.
and Hill.
So-
No, it's supposed to be 107. Garrett Wilson, Tyreek for CD and Taylor.
I'm taking the
By the way,
CD
that
Taylor
word
side.
very confused.
I want the CD Taylor side.
Where'd it go?
Yeah, CD is the best player in that, but
And
I also
Taylor.
think Tyreek Hill has got some sort of value left in him, and the 107. You could do some future stuff with it. Garrett Wilson is going to be the number one for the Jets, and
Favorite
how much?
target?
How many more miles does Jonathan Taylor have with his injury history?
His contract
That's
says
not a question.
1 more year on paper. Like before they could like move on from him or trade him and still like.
I mean, that's why that might be why they went up and got DJ Giddens, because that's a nice running back.
I mean,
like
it'll actually preserve Taylor because Giddens is like a pass catching motherfucker and he could pass pro, so they could definitely preserve. It could actually lengthen the career of a Taylor where they don't need him to be 3 down all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
his
I look,
roster
Giddens
is
automatically
his
the number
roster
2.
is Dak. Oh, the Dak CD Lamb stack. That's nice. He's got Trevor Stroud. So this is a single.
Oh, did
QB,
y'all
and he
see
got
the?
3 quarterbacks?
I want the CD Lamb side.
Huh. I wonder if
And
he can,
107 is a good
trade
pick.
one of those
It's-
quarterbacks.
Is this offense only? Right? Because then the 107 is a decent pick still.
Yeah. I think this is offense only. There's not a lot of IDP leagues outside of our circle. Dak, Trevor, and Stroud in a 10 team. What do you think about that? Do
In
we
a 10 team, I'm trying to get as top
do we-
heavy as possible.
we trying to trade 2 of these quarterbacks and get 2 of these quarterbacks and so he has Garrett Wilson, the
I'm trying to move
107 and
Garrett Wilson.
Tyreek Hill. Can you trade all of that and a quarterback and get like a Josh Allen? Or
Yeah, if it's a 10 team, let's
is
just want to be
this
top heavy.
dynasty? What is this?
I want to be top
Oh,
heavy,
dude.
so I want the Lamb Taylor side.
Yeah,
It's-
he does have that.
And if I can get a second round in return, if I can get a second round on top of that, there it is. I like this deal, but let's add a second round from the other guy because then that if it's the 2
That
sets-
107 is definitely going to turn into a running back with that.
yeah, like you're looking at like a Caleb
He's
Johnson
got
or a
Barkley,
Henderson.
Connor, and then some other names.
I mean, you're
Aren't
probably looking
on
at
it.
Harvey, Caleb Johnson, or Henderson are the ones that'll probably fall that far.
Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson's the more likely.
Yeah. Yeah, so you would get Garrett Wilson, Caleb Johnson, Tyreek Hill for CeeDee Lamb and Jonathan Taylor.
I'm not mad at that. And then give me a second round where I could probably still get like in the second round you could probably still get maybe a Higgins falls that far. You know what I mean?
You know what? Trade those guys and then trade Jonathan Taylor and 2 of your quarterbacks and try and get a true QB1.
The
If
Stallion.
if that can make sense, if you can make it make sense, I'm trying to get in a 1 QB 10-man league. I'm trying to get one of the top 5 quarterbacks, and right now you don't have a top 5
You
quarterback.
probably could buy Burrow.
Right?
It's more likely you could buy Burrow than a Josh Allen. People are just scared of Burrow dying on them. That's why. Versus even though Josh Allen is like a mobile QB, no one wants to even think about that, including me. You know what I mean? Josh Allen's the best. Just have him. Are you done with that one, Mimi? Oh, it's cooled down out here. It's cooled down. I don't want you to eat it. It's still hot.
So he's got Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson, and Tyreek Hill currently as his starting 3 wide receivers. And then doesn't say that you're starting a tight end. So, but Kittle does play in a flex if there's no tight end. The 2 running backs, you're kind of good on that. Barkley and Connor, that's nothing to bat an eye to. Barkley's arguably the best running back, and Connor is serviceable. Maybe
He's a load carrier. I'm
just telling you that 107 is going to turn into a nice running back. Whatever name's on the board at that 107 is going to be nice. And then having those 3 wide receivers, since he got to start the 3 wide receivers, because if he does trade those 2, then you're working with CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, and then you're trying to work in Greg Jennings and Bateman in there.
And then if he doesn't like the running backs there, if he was to stay with the pick, what's his tight end? Because then Loveland's also
Kittle.
a nice.
Kittle would be in this.
Oh, he's straight off tight end then. So yeah, it would be.
He might be doing the tight end premium, no tight end spot. Throw him in the flex.
Ooh, yeah, action.
Yeah, which I like Kittle in that.
I would still much rather have CeeDee Lamb. Is that crazy?
Then Garrett Wilson and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
For me, I'm doing strength of build, and I like the two players over the 1.
I can dig it. But and then I would say though, if he does this deal though, I don't want this deal specifically. I want to add to it and see if I can get my opponent's second round. Or my trade partner's second round.
There you go. Yeah, if you can even it out so you're not doing the
because then like now we're looking at we can get a receiver like a Besh or a fucking maybe even a Higgins falls. Like a Higgins falls or fuck it, even if a Pat Bryant's there, I would do that just because I would get attached to Bo Nix and they say he's new Michael Thomas. I'm buying it. Oh, I'm having fun with this new build that I'm doing. The all young team.
Shout out to J Love in the chat. He said, "How we doing?"
What's up,
I heard the story. Somebody took Jordan Love thinking that's a Jordan Love fan, and he's like, "I hate Jordan Love."
Oh, listen, no. Jordan Love doesn't know the story. So J Love doesn't actually know the story. So my man, shout out to my man, Stay Tuned Life. That's Cheese Mafia. He's from the Bay. He's Vallejo, you know what I mean? But he's a Packers fan, die hard. You know what I mean? And so he takes Jordan Love, and I go, damn, bro, Jordan Love right there, he probably would have fell. And he's like, well, there's this other guy in this league, bro. His name is Jordan Love, bro. I figure he's a diehard Packers. I was like, no. That's his actual name, Jordan Love. And he's a Cardinals fan. And I'm pretty sure he might even hate Jordan Love. You know what I mean? Like the player. You know what I mean? But, go up and get your guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious. Right there, the Cheese Mafia, Jordan Love. He was like, man, there's a Jordan Love in this league.
He's like, just in case.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
He pressed the issue without even knowing it. He's like, I don't know.
Hey, you know what? That's like a Bogart move. I'll get it in my own head where I'm like, you know what? I need to get all these rookies before everyone else does.
I'm just gonna name all my teams like Patrick Mahomes or something.
Oh, real talk. I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna throw off. You know what's crazy? We was in a league last year.
Patrick Mahomes fell in this league.
No, look at this. Check this out, kiddo. We're in the league last year. Shout out to my man Plug and the reigning champion 7. So we're in this league, and I'm like, oh man, I just lost to who the fuck is this? I barely lost by a point. This is Gary. And that's Gary Barnage. Oh shit! But it was actually him though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, he was in our league last year.
Did you play in a league with MJD?
No, this was a different one. This is actually the second time I was in a league with Gary Barnage. But I'm like, oh, it's Gary Barnage. No, because Plug, he just tapped in with all the athletes. You know what I mean?
Diane Henley off the board. That's a nice pick.
Oh, who did that? JD?
That was Candlestick.
Ah, my brother. Ah, I hate you. I never can get Henley. You know he bangs the seat.
Was Will Anderson really the first ID? Oh no, Mike
No, it was Parsons. And Crook's new to this format, and I've seen Clock do the same thing. Like everyone that's new to this format, they just go, "Oh, Michael Parsons, yeah." And that's how powerful and polarizing the Cowboys and Uncle Jerry makes it.
They do realize that he don't play in the middle of the field no more.
I mean, it's all that.
There was
one
one
year
point
with
where
Dan
Michael
Quinn.
Parsons was a damn good IDP pick.
He sure was with Dan Quinn that first year.
He playing in the middle of the field, racking up almost 100 tackles. That was wild.
Then he quickly found out, I'm going to make way more money playing an edge predominantly.
Yeah. Yeah, chasing the 20
like,
sacks
fuck
is
that.
better than chasing the 100 tackles for sure.
You feel me? He's like, I'm not trying to die out here. But you would never play him regardless in your LB anyway. So it's not a bad pick. You know what I mean? And if there's ever a year to have him outside his rookie year, is this year because he has to get paid.
Yeah.
It does something to a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you want $40 million a year like Garrett? Because you're clearly not like Garrett. You know what I mean? You're a linebacker masquerading as an end. He got me with that Hanley pick, bro. The Q curse is real. All right. They all made very powerful enemies today. I hate everyone in this league, by the way. They all hate me too. Actually, no one has a problem with me, and I really don't. It's really just I hate myself. I've never done this. I've never done a build like this on purpose, even. We're gonna get it, bro. I don't give up. We don't give up, man. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All these fancy running backs everyone has. I see it. I see it. Second half darling. That's my team name. I'm gonna change it. I'm coming for that 6th seed.
We should call it the rookie darlings.
You know, this is a build that our man Derek would be very happy with. I believe he's a best ball champion, and to me, this looks like a build that a best ball championship could be won with.
This is coming from a best ball champion himself as well.
Yeah, I as well have won a championship in best ball. But I like the youth. The youth is very unpredictable.
Yes.
But the quality of the youth, it does hold a lot of value. In the Jordan Mason pick in Minnesota, there at the 11th.
That's just so I could have a usable running back, and I love Jordan Mason.
It
was him or someone else. I don't want to say a name out loud.
Yeah, but knowing Aaron Jones and his the mileage that he's got, he's been worked.
What do you think of Loveland?
I don't know.
Just in a nutshell,
isn't Cole Kmet still a thing?
Fuck him.
I don't think
this guy's a first round.
I don't think Chicago views Cole Kmet as a fuck him.
No, well,
I don't think he gets tossed aside very easily.
12 personnel. Let's go. Detroit. Remember Detroit. Go travel with me back into time with Detroit last year and the years prior with Ben Johnson. A lot of 12 personnel as their base package. So we're going to see Loveland right out the gate. Shout out to Komet. He's a decent blocker. Get out there in line.
Uh,
Get in line.
Loveland and he's a move tight end, right? Like that's
Yes.
that's he's got
a
the
move tight
size,
end.
got the pass catching ability.
Yeah, and he can block. He can block, so he'll stay on the field.
Yeah. Well, he's no George Kittle. I don't think.
No, the George Kittle comp is, as far as blocking is Tyler Warren in this class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna throw.
Is he Sam Laporta esque?
Could be. Yeah. Yeah, because Laporta was known as
could be good enough
in that class, and that was
Woulda,
a
shoulda,
tight end
coulda.
heavy class with Laporta. But Laporta, I think he was the third tight end drafted that year, and that rookie season he put himself into a tier of his own between the rest of the dudes. And then Brock Bowers comes up behind him and just says, "Fuck you! This is what a real playmaker looks like." Brock Bowers is the real deal. And Trey McBride was what, 2 seasons before Laporta, or was it only one?
I think that's one.
It was Trey McBride. I think was 2021 or 22. I think it was 2021. He might have been 21 actually, because it was year 2 when he started to break out.
Yeah. Yeah, McBride is shout out to JD in this draft. He didn't wait around. He was like, you know what? I know he ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, smart move right there.
Come round 4.
That's why I like drafting on the edges like that, because you're forced to reach, and then you end up getting your guys, and it feels like
it's justifiable.
Yeah. But like,
Exactly.
my favorite spot is where East is, and look at what he's got. He's got Hurts,
Yeah,
Puka,
he's killing me, dude.
Mahomes,
He's
AJ Brown, Chase
killing me.
Brown. I mean, that's a total Kittle lineup right there.
Yeah, he sniped me with Hurts. He sniped me with AJ Brown, and then like picks down the line that were coming back.
I like
those
that.
coming back were the ones that I was like, those guys were at the top of my queue. I was going to take Hurts in the first round
Because
I like
those
Peacock's
are
team better.
truly falling. You're like, oh, I wonder who's going to be there, and you're like, what, Mahomes? Oh shit, what, Puka? Okay, cool.
He did
Yeah,
say
I'm off
Nobody
Mahomes.
took him.
He told me he would have done Derrick Henry if he went Chase Brown. So he said like it was just like one or the other. So it's like it's almost like they're just
falling to him.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, whichever one that Peacock didn't take, I would have took right there.
Shout out to the number 7 spot. That's my favorite.
Yeah, and
I've
I
been
don't
saying
like
that for
this
you
spot at all.
ever since I've known you.
Yeah, 8 feels like I'm just out of range for like what should have fallen to me, and then I'm like reaching for other stuff. It's like, ugh. But I'm getting by. That's why I just took all those running backs.
I love your build, Peacock. Pause.
Yeah, I just took all those running. I took all those running backs in the middle. Yeah, pause.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really
I said
nice.
that so proud, dude. I love your build, Peacock.
I love the fact that you've got Mayfield. You've got Mayfield so high. Like,
No, that's where he goes,
Mayfield.
bro. Listen, he's gone higher than that, bro.
I like the
And
rushing floor. He has
considering
weapons.
who's on the board, it's like years past, Purdy was going right there instead of
Right.
Mayfield, and C.J. Stroud for sure. Patrick Mahomes. I mean, like, come on.
I'll take Baker over Mahomes.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking in a vacuum.
I was between Goff and Mahomes, but then I have Mahomes in other leagues, and it's just like at least Goff will give me like a 5 TD game, and the 4 interception game isn't very much.
What I like about Mahomes is that he's gonna have Rashee Rice back. He got another weapon with last year's first round pick.
I just don't want to watch.
What's the speedy guy? I like the speedy guy and the Rashee Rice combo. That's worthy. Yeah, I like that.
Hot mom having Worthy.
Getting those two on
Worthy, Rice, and Hollywood.
Worthy's mom's like my age.
I'm not real high on Hollywood anymore,
No,
but Worthy and Rashee Rice.
Who was never high on Hollywood?
Me.
I was never high on Hollywood. Yeah. Never.
I
Yeah,
might have been high on
but that's
Hollywood
easy
on some,
because
you know,
you
talking about
really fuck
face
with Baltimore
bros.
wide receivers. I've always kind of
Hollywood.
the only time not the only time, but I do have a few Batemans that I've been holding on to for a long time, and then last year it was nice to be able to plug and play them. Be like, well, wow,
And
yeah, I can
now it's
plug
time
him
to
in
flip him.
and get some points off of Bateman finally.
I mean, but they added
I was
DeAndre
okay with
Hopkins.
stashing him on the bench and just letting him die on my bench. It didn't matter to me, but he finally made a name for himself and earned some playing time. That was pretty cool. Finally,
I would treat my dynasty team like the real NFL. I would try to trade Bateman as much as I can. Then I'll get to roster cut day and I'll just cut him if I didn't trade him.
yeah, Bateman isn't gonna get me much, but
I'm a real GM.
he might be worth the bench spot if you can plug and play him for a
I know.
few
I'm just saying.
years, and it helps
I'm
you
gonna treat it
with
like the real
wins.
NFL.
Yeah.
No, he is worth a bench stash right now. To me, he's a throw in a trade. I'm trying to sweeten up a trade, throwing in some Rashad Bateman somehow.
We got Golden smashed in between Adams and Sutton. That's interesting. How do we feel about Golden in Green Bay?
The biggest share on a small pie.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like Jaden Reed, remember he would get taken off the field when they go 12 personnel, and they go 12 personnel a decent amount. We could probably even like look it up, but like he definitely is there on a majority of the time. 3 wide receiver sets, so that took Jaden Reed off the field. This guy's gonna always be on the field, the new guy.
You know what? I just noticed
from day one.
Song took Kyle Williams before Matthew Golden was off the board. That's
no. Look at where Jaden Reed got took before Matthew Golden is what you just say.
well.
These guys are the same.
I'm just comparing the rookies, and
Okay.
and I don't have Kyle Williams in like nearly as valued as
Kyle
Matthew
Williams
Golden.
is a bad motherfucker.
Golden is the guy that I thought was the best receiver in this class, and I'm not the only
Really?
one. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
no,
I don't know.
I'm not sold. Like I said, I saw a lot of Golden play, and he disappeared a lot. He didn't come on until very late. Breaking out for UT, and it was like in the college playoffs, basically in the end of his last season there. So
they would say in the big games.
yeah, and it's not like there was a lot of other guys out there demanding targets where he should have just been a number one. Isaiah Bond and Gunnar Helm aren't like streaming. Like Bond didn't even get drafted. Helm went like in the 6th or 7th round or something like that. So Matthew Golden shooting all the way into the 1st round is simply because of his combine performances and what people remember from like a few games late in his last season at UT,
And the weak receiver class in general.
and a weak receiver class as well.
Because Tet was a career college stud. Like he was really
Correct.
good throughout his career.
Way better production
And
profile.
I've watched a lot of those Arizona games where he showed out, and I know that there were some games where he didn't show out, but
Like
the ones
against
where he
Travis
did
Hunter.
He's
make
also
an
big,
impact, he was
Ted's
like
like 6'4" or something.
200 plus yards and 3 touchdowns, and he had a bunch of those types of games, and that was definitely what I remembered out of Tet. But Matthew Golden, I think, knowing that because he did transfer to Texas and he had a different career with playing a little bit more outside, and then Texas made him more of a slot receiver.
Texas.
But
Texas.
I think he's or am I
Texas
confusing
Club.
him with Burden? Because that's another name. Because Burden was the 5-star recruit out of high school.
You mean my
Out of all
man,
these guys.
Lex Luthor Vandross Burton?
Yeah, I do. I do like Burden too, and sometimes because I'm not a huge college viewer,
New DJ
but
Moore.
I watch enough to recognize talent, and Tet definitely impressed out of the games that I've seen, and then Burden, he had a pretty damn good career. Golden, I liked. Maybe he did disappear in a few games last year, but the the majority of the games because I did watch almost every single Tennessee and a lot of SEC games. I liked Golden last year. I didn't think he was really second. Like he was definitely the number one out of Texas in my eyes.
He has gold in his name.
Yeah. I don't know. Higgins was a nice landing spot.
Golden.
Jaden
Mhm.
Jaden Higgins. Okay. I see Jaden Reed right there, right after Higgins, and Ricky Pearsall.
I did it. Okay. Listen.
Uh,
Listen, if you look at my team before I took Higgins, I had one rookie and I was going with the sophomore extremes. Then I started looking at my inventory.
You had three.
I have 7 shares of Ricky Pearsall. So I go, you know what? I have 0 shares of Higgins. Bang! Like this is what I'm doing in this league.
You know what my thought on Higgins is that the Texans were sitting in the room and said, "Man, it would be so nice to have another receiver like Nico." And they were like, "Oh, there is another receiver."
That's exactly why we love him.
Yeah, because why can't you have 2 big receivers?
What's better than one Nico?
2. Who says that you have to have like a big one and a small one and a medium?
And he's the faster one.
Why can't you have 2 big fucking?
He's faster than Nico.
Yeah.
And Nico's pretty fast, man.
Double Nico. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Nico
that.
developed though. I mean, he really put the
He
size
did.
and strength on
Yeah.
after year 3. Or going into year 3.
Yeah,
so.
there were.
So
There
now
was- there
he's
was-
young Padawan to Nico, bro.
He literally hit the weight room. He said like that was like the biggest thing once he got into like after
Remember
year 2.
early on he was getting beat up, huh?
Yeah. And he would miss games. I mean, he still does, right? This was a hamstring. This is a different kind of injury.
Yeah, because now he's fast.
Before it was it. Before it
Yeah,
was
soft
getting roughed
tissue.
up. Before it was like I'm getting roughed up. Now it's like, oh, I'm too fast.
I love him.
I'm too explosive.
I fucking love Nico.
Yeah, I call it
Now
bully
have
ball.
Nico
It's-
Jr.
It's
Nico
bully ball. Every time he
Padawan.
catches the ball, he like dishes out punishment. I love it.
Young
Defenders like,
Padawan Nico, bro.
he'll
Yeah,
get
to
up
go.
and then he'll flex it. He does the arms. He does big arms down.
Mm.
Down flex.
Ooh, secure. And then hits the ground running.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Like I love to watch it. I have a couple of Nico Collins highlight films I put together with like old school, early '90s NFL films music. It's good stuff. Go check it out on my YouTube.
Right? Slaps.
The
Good cut up.
the Ted McMillan take that was pretty spot on a little
Oh,
earlier.
thanks.
His catch
10 points.
radius and his hands.
Just,
Like
talking about
I don't know
J-Lo.
if you ever paid.
Oh, my
attention,
bad. Minus my 10 points.
But the man when he's holding the ball, it makes like here's
It's
a
like
squishy
Hulk Hogan
football.
holding a beer.
It's like this, like he's squishing the fucking football because his hands are like they're
Only the
big.
Patriots drafted him.
He's got mitts. Like this guy is able to just one hand the ball out of the air because the ball isn't. It's nothing to him. Like his hands are that big. I like that, and because he's not a guy that separates, so he's
Remember
gonna
that guy
have
in
to
The
do.
Simpsons that's
he-
walking around? He
he-
has the whole paragraph written
No,
on his
there-
hand.
There is a world the Guinness Book of World Record holder of the biggest hands in the planet or whatever. He's also an arm wrestler.
Yeah, that guy's like I've seen him.
He just holds your whole arm.
Dude, it's wild. But yeah, when he has the ball in his hand, you could definitely tell that this guy's got the ability to one hand a lot of these
There it is,
contested
bro.
catches.
There it is. It's settled, bro. Ted McMillan, the motherfucking arm wrestling champion of the world.
Is he Samoan?
I don't know.
McMillan, well, because you know what though, I do know a lot of Samoans that are like Kelly or Mick something because they do, you know what I mean? They're, you know what I'm saying?
His first name is Tetaroa.
Got some Irish in them.
Could be what's
Could be his mom's. His mom's could be
Hawaiian?
Samoan.
Well,
You know
a
what?
real
He's
Hawaiian
the
is
Rock's
very rare.
nephew.
If we're talking about like blood Hawaiian, not just like I was born and raised on Hawaii.
Yeah, we're talking about like Polynesian type of shit. But you know what though? You know what? He's the Rock's nephew. We're going with it. The Rock is he's half black and Samoan.
He did grow up on Hawaii, but I want to know what his lineage is.
Irish. Fire up the bagpipes.
Interesting. 6'4", 220. He just doesn't like that comp to the man is not his father's son was damn good. And I hope it's not the truth. But yeah, Tet is a Hawaiian. He's a native Hawaiian descent. I'm retiring at 30, like y'all. Just to let you know because that weight is gonna creep. Maybe he'll do a position change. Maybe he'll turn into a tight end. Puka could be a tight end.
He'll never cut his hair though, for sure. That's like the red zone countdown thing.
It's Madden.
Oh, Madden. Okay, there it is. My bad. I fucked that up.
Golf killer.
Oh, these are some. No one I've seen these. These are the Neon Peacock joints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are like my
I
special.
feel like I'm having deja vu. This is.
Lowers his shoulder and says, "Come down."
Oh, you know who's hella awesome? You ever heard of Coleman? Coleman. His name is Coleman. His thing was called NFL Films on YouTube. That's his shit. That's his shit. But Brett Coleman, there you go. His name is Brett Coleman. He's a Texans fan, but he breaks down all film and all players on everything. You know what I mean? But Texans fan and like his what is it called?
Coleman. It's with a K. K-O-O-K-O-L-L. Coleman.
That's
yeah, I've seen some of his videos.
Yeah, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's badass. He's a tech, and I want to say he used to work for ESPN in the film room for real. Like, you know, being like one of those guys that like you know, edits the film that they're gonna show and shit. And like, but yeah, he breaks down hell play. I've been fucking with him for 10 years now. Yeah, I should meet him. That's weird, huh? That'd be weird, huh? I said, like, you're Brett Coleman, aren't you? Yeah. Dude, 10 years, man. Like, I remember he broke down Kareem Hunt back in the days, 2017, right? He was like, this kid, he was like, the yards after contact is incredible. He's like, I bet he leads the league out of if he gets a chance week 1. Then Spencer Ware goes down in the preseason, right? And so he said if he gets a chance week 1 and plays the whole way, he thinks he can lead in yards after contact. Boom! He had 1,400 yards after contact or some shit. It was crazy. I was like, oh yeah, he's a genius. And now I hate Kareem Hunt.
Are you interested in the rookie that they drafted this year?
The fast guy, right?
Brashard.
Yeah, Brashard. Oh, Brashard. Yeah. I mean, here's it's always interesting because it's Andy Reid because he keeps types, right? So like Brashard's gonna go into the archetype with Elijah Mitchell now, And who else did they got over there for that? They got someone else there, another scat back that's going to battle. But we're ultimately going to go into the season with that rookie and then Elijah Mitchell for that role. And then you're going to have Isaiah Pacheco's and then Kareem Hunt to do the grimy work. So it's almost like, man, it's like no man's land, the way I kind of view that backfield. Like, I'll just take Pacheco if anything because I love him. And I still think he'll get like 50% of like the early down work. You know what I mean? But like, if we're not getting, if Kareem Hunt's all of a sudden the red zone guy, because that's what he was even with Nick Chubb when they were in Cleveland. Remember that? That was annoying. So, and then Kareem Hunt, how many tugs did he have last year when he came back there?
5 or 6.
I think more, bro.
I know. Yeah, then he piled them on in the playoffs too.
We'll just say 6. That sounds right. But he had a lot. And Kareem Hunt was dead. And I still believe Kareem Hunt comes back. I mean, Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco comes back, and he's probably closer to what we remember. Because now he has to play for money too. You know what I mean? So I do like that a lot. And we'll probably get Pacheco. I'm probably gonna have a lot of Pacheco actually. So I removed my no man's land take. I'll probably have Pacheco late in a redraft. I wouldn't mind that. I don't ever draft early running backs, like 9 times out of 10. It's got to be someone that falls out of a realm that they shouldn't be in. Like if Saquon in a redraft, he's not going out of the top like 5 in the super flex. You know what I mean? Right? Where do you think Bijan goes? He's the first rounder.
First rounder.
Right? In a super flex. Gibbs, same.
Yeah. If you're looking to go running back early, you have to consider those two as the
and then it's JT next, right?
I don't
After
know.
those 3,
I don't know.
I don't
put a lot of weight. I don't put that much weight on rookies. I guess that's a personal thing for me.
Genty's probably a lock for 300 touches.
Considering the running back room for the Raiders,
and it's Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
The history of Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly running backs. Now they're together.
Yeah.
Right? He just can't die on us. And then otherwise, if he doesn't, then he's got to be like 300 touches, right?
Right.
And he's the new hot shit. So we would put him there, right?
Yeah. I guess we would. I guess we would have to. I guess we would have to, because the other guys that would displace him immediately that come to mind are veterans that have injury concerns and longevity.
Taylor, Derrick Henry,
Saquon.
No, Saquon's going for in the redraft this year, even in the Super.
Oh, redraft. Oh, okay.
Yeah, in redraft, right? So it's Saquon, John Gibbs. Maybe no particular order.
In no particular order. Yeah, I guess you're
right. But then is it not Genty?
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Does Carson Steele have a role in that backfield? No, I don't think he does, because
he got his
opportunities last year and
he got his chance. The one when Pacheco went down, the very next week, they're like, "All right, Carson Steele, here you go." And then he fumbled it. They brought in Kareem Hunt immediately after that. Hey, they gave Carson Steele that 1 week as a starter. And the next week, give me a Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, he fumbled his way out of that one.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and he probably had a lot of fumble history in practice, and that's why they didn't give him a long leash.
Second chance, yeah.
This is just something that he does. He fumbles. So he's fumbling in practice. He's fumbling in college. He's fumbling. You can't fumble. No, you can't fumble. And if you can't, if you're gonna have a leash and fumble, it's because you're that damn good of a runner, and that's not what he was. I think that he had a game where he was actually, for fantasy purposes, he gave you negative points.
He was the type, though. right? Like, remember I told you Andy Reid has types? So he has the scatty back types, and then he has the big guys. Like, so Steele was the big guy. I think it was like 220. You know what I mean? So they gave him a shot because he would have been the immediate Pacheco replacement if so. But then they're like, nah, bring in Kareem Hunt. You know what I mean? And it also helped that Matt Nagy was their OC is their OC, and he was the OC in 2017 when they had Hunt. So it was just like, yo, bring him back. Steele ain't it. You know what I mean? And if Pacheco didn't get hurt, he would have been a guy, bro. Like, Pacheco was on the way before that injury, and it was super early, but he's too violent. Too violent.
Yeah, we're hoping for a bounce back from Pacheco for sure, but it's awfully concerning because he got back on the field relatively quickly, and he had a lot of games.
I think Kansas
after the
City rushed
injury,
him back,
he
though.
never looked decent.
He came back from a broken, like, fibula or something.
Yeah, but why bring him back? Is it because the room was that bad and it wasn't like
It's
Kareem
because
Hunt
he held a gun to them.
It wasn't like
He's from
Kareem
Yeah, 'cause
Hunt.
he kept on
New
saying he was
Jersey.
ready.
He's a gangster.
Yeah, I don't know.
He held a gun to them. I'm getting in this game.
Yeah. Well, he should have been a little bit more violent with the ball in his hand like he was before the injury.
He did look like bad. Like Kareem,
Yeah.
he couldn't take it away from Kareem Hunt. When he came back.
Kareem Hunt's like 48 years old.
in running back years, huh? That's
In
like
running back years,
it's like it's like dog years. It's like dog years.
He's got a grandson in the combine next year.
Frank Gore he got Frank Gore Jr., Frank Gore Jr., Frank Gore Senior Jr.,
Frank Gore the 8th.
Frank Gore the 8th. He got 8 Frank Gores out there, man. They're all gonna play at the same time in the league.
Somebody brings back Senior for a reunion with the youngins. It'll be the Niners too. Be like, all right, bring him back.
Frank Gore is the coach.
We're doing
he's a running backs coach.
Let's bring Frank Gore back.
Bro, Frank Gore is the 49ers running backs coach right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, or one of them at least. I think he could be a running backs coach. He's definitely not the run game coordinator because apparently that's the thing for the last like
That's
4
what
or 5 years.
that's what you need is Frank Gore telling CMC how to stay healthy.
This is how you live forever, kid.
Yeah.
For real though. This is why Frank Gore is there. Yes, I'm so happy now. I don't ever want to bust out that Christian McCaffrey shirt ever. I will. I'm gonna bust out that Christian McCaffrey shirt. Actually, I need to. I need to start reverse jinxing it. Oh, I need to trade. I need to get CMC off you, Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
I need to get CMC off you.
Uh-huh.
In the next gen.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Got a deal for you.
Uh-huh.
Devontae Smith and David Montgomery. I'm telling you, bro. You need it. You need it. Good deal. You better sell. You better sell him while you can. I think I need to buy him off you before he dies in your hands because I feel like you would love.
Because he's a 49er.
You would love him to die. You'd be like, aha. There it is. I'm gonna send it. I actually sent it to you a bunch of times for like the last 2 months.
I know you have.
But then I would just take it. I would take it down. I'd be like, he didn't look at it.
I looked at it. And
I
said,
was like, I see him every day. I'll let him know again. I think it's time.
What is that? What league is that?
Next gen.
Take a look right now.
You need to get CMC off here. think it's time you sell the aging running back
Mm-hmm.
to
An aging running back.
Yeah,
You
know-
to a running back needy team. Kid is like, wait a second, I'm in that league. He's like,
The next gen? Are we
Are
thinking
you
of
sure
that?
it's DJ?
no, it's not the next gen.
The regular gen.
No,
Oh,
it's
the gen.
not. It is the next gen. I'm just trying to throw you for the loop.
Yeah. I was about to say, I'm like, yeah, it's the
I
next
got
gen.
Devontae Smith and David Montgomery for you.
Uh-huh.
Well,
that's
I
where-
got
that's
running
where I
back.
have-
I'm
that's
okay
my
with the
team where
running
I have
back. there.
Purdy and McCaffrey. Oh, and
Yeah, that
okay.
reminds me. So I got Chase Brown in the next gen. I got Chase Brown in a lot of places, but I also in every freaking rookie draft I was damn sure.
I'll give you
taking
Devontae Smith for Chase
Taj
Brown.
Brooks, and Taj Brooks reminds me of the next
saying his
Chuba
name.
Hubbard.
Stop
Oh, yeah.
saying his name.
You're in a league. I don't have the draft board up here, so it's not.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people drafting right now.
stop saying his name.
Yeah. Well, I would I would be surprised if somebody jumps in and says,
I'm
"You know
taking
what?
him."
This is the time. This is the time." But you know,
I'm
I
gonna
took
do it.
comparisons.
Don't say the names. Hey, you know what's crazy? It's like, friend. Oh, and then we have a pick.
Kyle Hamilton.
Oh, it's time for Kyle Hamilton. I like it. Good for that.
He's the first DB off the board in
There it
the
is.
12th round.
It's actually time for Bogart to make his pick.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Now you got the opportunity.
And while you
Get that handcuff.
while you contemplate that, Bogart,
Now, who was Brown just talking about? Take him right now.
Bijan or Saquon in redraft?
Saquon. It's redraft.
Yeah.
It's you just take Saquon.
Yeah.
And then if you hate the pick, when the draft is done, you sell the shit out of Saquon. You know what I mean? Right after the draft, fuck it. If you hate it, because don't fuck up and not take Saquon if you're there. It's just kind of like the rule. But if I'm not going Saquon,
I'm going Gibbs.
I'm going Jamar Chase, so I'm going, just one. Yeah, I'm going.
Oh
Jamar Chase.
yeah. Receiver for sure.
Yeah, I'm going.
But I actually like
Chase.
Gibbs. In this year's redrafts, I like Gibbs RB1, and then
Really?
Yeah.
Even with my man Monty Burns, excellent. He's
yeah.
gonna take away like 9 to like 12 touchdowns. Yeah, but Gibbs could
I feel
still
like
get
they
like
were.
15
I feel
off.
like they were phasing him out. I don't know.
He
I don't
was
know
dead.
if he's clinging on to
He
that.
died
freaking
in week
role.
15. He died in week 15.
But they were already favoring Gibbs like 2-3 already. Like it wasn't a
I'm not mad
a
at
split
I'm not gonna argue
backfield.
that.
And Montgomery getting older and Gibbs getting healthier and
I'm gonna go
and more
Bijan.
Bijan.
Yeah.
I don't know where I stand.
I would go Bijan
yet.
over Gibbs, is what I'm saying.
Mm.
Because
Not me.
Bijan,
I'm sold on the
to
Gibbs.
me, Bijan to me is the closest we'll get to Saquon after Saquon. Like this is also the closest we'll get to CMC after CMC and Saquon as far as usage in every facet.
Tyler
That's
Algier has
Bijan.
entered the conversation.
It's Bijan.
I was going to say,
Like-
Tyler Algier has entered the conversation. He just
I
never
get
goes
it.
away.
I get it, but he
Saquon doesn't have a Tyler Algier.
Is that team that? Oh, you're right. I'm not gonna take Bijan over Saquon, but I'm talking about over Gibbs.
Yeah, Gibbs has David Montgomery. So it's like,
Oh yeah,
To me,
and
it's the same
Algier ain't no David Montgomery neither.
right. So then for me, it would be Saquon,
Then Bijan.
Bijan, then
Yeah.
Gibbs.
Yeah, I know, right? And it just sounds French now. Saquon.
And
Bijan.
Detroit just lost Ben Johnson. I don't know how much that's going to affect things. Maybe
Ooh.
I don't know, right? Maybe they just lean to a workhorse running back. Maybe they go more 50-50. I don't know how it's going to shake out.
You know who they brought in? They brought in a Sean Payton disciple, and Dan Campbell. He is like real good buddies with Sean Payton. You know that he came up under Sean Payton. You know what I mean, as a player and as a coach. So he poached one of his guys, and this guy's gonna get his first shot as an OC. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he definitely came from Sean Payton last year. So it's definitely gonna be if it's anything reminiscent of Sean Payton, we'll see some type of split, but it'll be dominant in Gibbs' favor for sure.
I don't know if this is correct, but last year in fantasy, who was the number one running back
Saquon. I don't know.
in our format? GWN.
Let me go to
Is it Gibbs?
GWN.
It's Gibbs.
Who's Gibbs? Yeah.
He does catch the ball a ton. Because
Then I would say that the chances of him finishing RB1 again are slim to none. Because the chances of him running RB1 repeating.
He's not Damian Tomlinson.
Gibbs rushed the ball 14 times for 105 yards. How many times did we say that every year? Or every game, every week?
That is
a lot of times.
Breakaways.
And then he had 6 receptions for like 70 yards. A lot of times. I think the amount of carries Saquon has under his career
It's quite a lot.
is a bit more than what Jahmyr Gibbs has. Even though Gibbs did play a lot for Alabama pretty hard. But to me, I'm going Gibbs number one.
It's like in the DGen.
Gibbs number one over Saquon.
I'm over Saquon and Bijan. I'm going Gibbs.
In the DGen, it was Bijan number one, Barkley, then Gibbs.
Hey, give it to me.
Oh wait, no, hold on. This is projected. Sorry.
Oh, never mind.
The real thing.
Take it back.
Let me see. Maybe it did finish.
Bijani. You gotta make it sound Italian. Bijani Robinson.
No, it was Barkley.
There you go,
Bijan, Gibbs. Barkley, Bijan, then Gibbs. And Gibbs was only 2 points behind Robinson, but Barkley was 20 points ahead of everybody else. And then Henry in fourth, 30 points behind Gibbs.
I have the player rank for 20 in the 2024 season. Gibbs finishing as the number one overall running back.
I'm not in the GW, and that's why I'm in the DGen.
It's all the same.
Well, that's
no, yeah. It's
let me show you what
same.
Let me show you how I sorted it. Maybe I sorted it different.
No, I'm saying like the scoring format.
I understand, but I'm telling you that it's Barkley.
It'll say like that.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. It's Barkley for sure.
Yeah, Barkley, Bijan, Gibbs, and that's the points.
Yeah, let's go. Give it to me, Bijan. Number two. The shits, man.
I was like, where's my running back at? Josh Jacobs. He's in there. That's a surprise.
Yeah, what's his name? Josh Jacobs, Jingleheimer Smith.
Jingleheimer Smith. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah. His name is my name too.
I guess Shador's been having an issue today with the deep ball pause.
I mean, like his whole entire existence.
Yeah.
59202.
Oh shit! I'm on the clock.
Does not matter.
J Love said John Morton was promoted to the Lions OC.
I'll be right back. I forgot I'm on the clock. I'm gonna make a pick. I'll be right back.
Bonjour, Brent, all the way from New Zealand. Good to see you back.
Interesting.
J-Love says Gibbs' college mileage is limited, less than 500 collegiate touches. He has just over 1,000 career touches right now. What is the
okay. Appreciate the knowledge. Thank you very much. Because he was I think he declared for the draft when he was 21.
You might be right.
So yeah, he didn't do the whole. He's kind of like an early-ish declare. which is good for prospect of like running backs. We don't need you doing all your work in college. Like,
Yeah.
it's easy to evaluate running backs. Kind of like, well, I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty solid grasp. The only real miss on quarterbacks that I've had recently, I feel like, is Justin Fields. But I still have a lot of confidence in the kid, and I'm so glad he's a Jet. Ohio State definitely was a like that's his ceiling for me. You go look at what he did with Ohio State, and I know it's different situation, but he could be a passer, and we already know what he could do in the NFL with his legs. So I think there's a happy medium there, and when he has a system that gives him the weapons and the time with the addition of Mimbu and all the other pieces on the offensive line that we have, uh, I think he's gonna have the best season of his career with the Jets, and I'm excited for it.
It's always good to have new hope. That's why we do this every year.
That's why I'm a Jets fan and not a, I don't know, Chiefs fan. I
Right.
don't know.
Exactly. Same here. That gets it off. Shit. What's that next? Another one I don't know what to do.
Bogey's probably gonna make this pick fairly quickly if he hasn't already sent out trade offers and he's not getting any action. I'm pretty sure he has an idea of who he wants to take here.
Yeah, he took Sherwood.
Jamian Sherwood.
Good pick.
Yeah.
154 tackles last year. I took Terrell Bernard a couple of picks before that.
Yeah. Having an elite tackler in an IDP league is definitely advantageous for your week-to-week lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't just start 2 or 3. We're doing 2 defensive linemen, 2 defensive backs, 2 linebackers, and 3 IDP flexes. So we're doing a split squad between defense and offense for our fantasy team. You got to stack up on these IDPs. That's why you see guys like Micah Parsons and TJ Watt or whoever was going early. They go early because they're impact players, make a difference. Not my choice of players, but I understand the thought process on acquiring them early in a startup draft so you can have a strong defensive line. That's a very shaky position. In my experience, defensive backs are the easiest to replace. There's no reason to draft defensive backs at all, in my opinion. But linebackers and elite defensive linemen, those are the guys that you're really gonna see fly off the board early, and you're gonna have to consider those guys over like a RB3 on your team, which you know how valuable RB3s are. They turn into RB1s really, really fast with injuries. Yeah. So, nice to have a consistent tackler to give you a solid floor for your IDP side of the of your roster build. Yeah, if there's one thing that I learned over the years is I can kind of patch work my IDP side of the roster, but
Right?
that goes with like a lot of research and I do my homework on IDP, so I'm able to. So for people who don't do their homework, yeah, it's very easy to get excited about big names, but sometimes you don't really have to jump up there and grab these big names for IDP.
It's the fun is trying to diagnose the new names too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like years ago, I was picking up Terrell Bernard in literal round 40s of these leagues, of these
Yeah.
startups.
Yeah.
Like round 40 something. I'm like, oh, I'm Terrell Bernard, bro. He's about to be a guy, bro. And then he was immediate gratification too.
He just got a 4-year extension.
He's like, let's go. I made the phone call.
That's a team formula too with the Bills for a long time. They were the linebacker, like,
Yeah, factory.
I guess they were the linebacker minor leagues for all the other teams. So
I mean,
as soon as this the first homegrown linebacker that they signed to an extension, they usually let him go.
I mean, since Matt Milano. Since they homegrown Matt Milano, they kept him around.
Matt Milano came at a discount, though. I don't think they signed him for a big lucrative deal because he was always hurt.
Like falling apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Terrell Bernard it's like a little smaller, right? With a pause, but like and I love Nick Bolton so much, and they kind of reminded me of each other, and that was like the sole reason why too. Plus, like they were moving on from Tremaine Edmonds, who's a totally different like type of versus Terrell Bernard, but Terrell Bernard just came in there and started balling.
Yeah.
And listen, I went straight for Terrell Bernard too when I got off the stream, and then I see, who got him? Oh, Peacock. Oh, okay, cool. That's that. Like, if it was anyone else, I would have been really mad. Like, all right, you know what?
Yeah. Once again, I had a Spillane.
I'm like Peacock is just doing all the value things, so I can't be mad at you.
I had Spillane at the top of my linebacker list, and East Side took him again. So that's like the 4th or 5th time East Side.
Shout out to New England.
No, I would have took Terrell Bernard over Spillane every time. Spillane missed time last year. I mean, Bernard missed time last year. Otherwise,
yeah, he did.
Balling.
He only played 13 games.
New England to me had the A+ offseason. Look what they did to their defense. They totally revamped it, and now on paper, this is just on paper, but to me, what New England is working with is got to be top 3 defense in all of it. Though
it's Vrabel.
It is nasty. This defense is gonna prevent all sorts of points from the board.
They're back, huh?
I'm excited.
The New England defense is back, baby.
Defense, yeah. Remember, I don't play team defense, but
yeah, they were their number one scoring. They were putting like 20 a week. This was 2019.
to house, like
2019.
That was the one where like, this is the only team defense where I could see where I'm not cutting from my roster because they're so consistent, and from week to week, depending on matchups, you can almost bank on them just putting up.
What is it, boy? Is Timmy stuck in the well? My bad. I just heard a dog bark. Oh, is that Lee's dog? It's a girl, huh?
Drake May, I do like Drake May a lot. And look, I'm not alone with the New England improvement. I think New England is definitely an improved roster, and especially on defense.
Wild card, baby. New England's a wild card, baby. They're in there. I'm saying it. You have Josh McDaniels linked up with as close as he can get to Belichick as far as like success as the head coach is from everyone who came from Belichick, which is Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel had more success as a head coach, and he wasn't even necessarily a Belichick disciple. He was just a player of Belichick. But he went underneath Romeo Crennel first to get his first like coaching chops in the NFL. And then I think it was with the Texans. And then Peacock will probably tell I might be slaughtering this, but then from then he parlayed that into the head coaching gig with the goddamn Tennessee Titans.
Travion Henderson and
no wonder I was like, I'm on mute this whole time. Yeah, with the Titans.
And I was like,
I was over here talking and shit.
I was like, he's like, Bogart's incredibly rude.
I was like, I'm surprised he didn't stop it.
Talking over me. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, Vrabel with the Titans, yes. Yeah. He does it there. And Romeo Crennel, rap.
Look at that. Nailed it.
Zach got like hurt, right? Not hurt, or like health wise, he wasn't like, doing well or whatever. So Vrabel got like promoted to the interim.
That's what it was. Because I was like, something happened to Romeo Crennel.
And then so Romeo, after that, they were just like, Romeo, just stay up in the booth and we're just going to make him the DC. So then he stayed DC. And then from there, he was able to parlay that into that head coaching deal with the Tennessee Titans.
And
then we fired him, which I was like, yes, because he was really like the only reason they would win games.
See, there's a correlation there too. So when he brings in Matt LaFleur, so he poaches Matt LaFleur from the Shanahan, because Shanahan that year, now he's getting geared up to go to, or that offseason, he's getting geared up to go to San Francisco. He takes everyone with him, and Matt LaFleur goes to Vrabel and is the OC over there. And then so like, because Arthur Smith was underneath them, Arthur Smith was still at that, he was already there with the Tennessee Titans. He was like the tight ends coach, so they kept him on. Then eventually he gets promoted after Matt LaFleur parlays that into the Green Bay gig. And so this is why I kept saying Rodgers is going to end up with the Steelers, because there's a system that he can just walk in day one and be like, I know this shit. Because Arthur Smith just adopted Matt LaFleur's shit. You know what I mean? When Matt LaFleur left. So I'm like, let's go. And give me Caleb Johnson with Rodgers. Let's fucking go. All the value. I need Rodgers there, or all that just goes to shit. All of it.
Aaron Rodgers, just retire.
I know, so we can just be done with it, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like the notorious Aaron Rodgers lover too. Even I'm getting annoyed.
I feel like this is the first year the Steelers are not going to have a winning season.
Is that Aaron Rodgers calling right now?
Probably not. Let me answer this.
Okay, good. It's Aaron Rodgers right now. He's calling the GWN headquarters. Yeah, that's pretty fucking. I need Aaron Rodgers there though. This youngster team, I'm about to have fun with this one. I'm about to compete. Watch. I'm about to fuck everyone up. They won't see it coming. That's cap. The fantasy gods don't like arrogance. All right. Oh, stay tuned is on right, huh? On the clock. That's my man Cheese Mob. I think he Cheese Mafia. He might be.
Hey, Bogey.
What's that?
I got a slide in about 5.
That's all good. We'll shut this thing down in a sec.
Just wanted I didn't want to be rude and just leave.
Nah, man. Listen, bro. Like, that's the thing. If you need to go, you can just strike, man. You know what I mean? We do this thing all the time. It ain't nothing. Isn't it? The whole point is at the convenience.
Man.
Whenever it's at your own convenience, bro, it's all good.
No problem. You fellas got any weekend plans?
Mother's Day.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I'll have to do something.
From Disneyland tomorrow.
Word.
Yeah. Probably night. You know, I like to go once the sun starts to set. And since
Okay, so say like I'm say like you're going to Disneyland, right? Like tomorrow, like for example, and then you're like, all right, well, let's go get a bite real quick in Disneyland. Where's the go to?
a bite in Disneyland?
Yeah, in
Probably.
Disneyland,
For
not like
me,
California, not like the California
it's
side.
probably the Plaza Inn. If I want I'll get the chicken.
Is that where they got the Salisbury steak too?
They got spaghetti, chicken.
Yeah. That's where they got the fried chicken with the mashed potatoes and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. It's fire. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Dude.
real easy. Like,
And they have Salisbury steak. I was like, oh, I didn't know they had this in real life. I thought it was just like.
I don't think I've ever had the Salisbury steak. But
Yeah,
I
Salisbury
also
steak.
like downtown Disney because it's like they got tons of restaurants there too. So
Do they
you
still
hop
got
on the
rainforest?
monorail, they drop you off. You
Do they
go
got
walk
rainforest
around.
there still?
Huh?
Do they still got rainforest over there in downtown?
No,
No.
no.
It was all right.
They got-
That's probably why they
Hello,
closed it.
Cricket Commission in the house. Sorry, I was on the phone with work. And,
What's up, Crook?
What's up, Crooked?
What's good, guys?
My bad.
No, you're good.
Yeah, my bad. Welcome to the stream now.
Thank you. I know you guys have been on for a minute. I wasn't sure how much longer you were going to be on, but I figured
we rocking right now. Shit.
I'd jump on, have a smoke with you guys.
Yeah,
Sounds
let's
good.
go, man. Keep it lit. All right, Crook. So how you feeling about your experience in the equivalent to Madden franchise when it comes to dynasty in fantasy football? How you feeling?
It's a little chaotic, but I love it.
Right.
I know you weren't happy about that Loveland pick at first.
I was surprised. Just like in the real draft, no, I wasn't expecting him to get drafted before Warren, but
Warren,
nonetheless,
I don't like Warren because he is there with air 50% ejection.
yeah, no, and I get that, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to be Daniel Jones that takes that job, and not that he's the greatest QB ever, but I think he's still going to be better than Air 15 or Air 5 over there. So
I have this whole thing that I've been hung up on about Ben Johnson. Pause. That was like real like hung up about Johnson. There was all kind of I hit pause, right? So I've been just hung up on this Ben Johnson thing. Like I love the outlook for them. It's like what we loved out of Detroit for the last couple of years. Like and then he literally went immediately to emphasizing how to not only mimic but implement what he had, or not duplicate but mimic. I should say. Yeah, I did say mimic, right? Like,
yeah,
he immediately beefed up the offensive line, brings in Loveland, fuck Cole Kmet. Yeah, you're getting paid. So 12 personnel, you're that other guy. Good for you. And then we're gonna see Loveland right out the gate. I
know that guy. Right. Well, see, and that's the thing I like about Ben Johnson is he definitely seemed like he was able to come in there like you go into a new house and be like, oh, well, the roof's leaking here. Oh, and the pipes bads are here. So we need to switch that out. And then, oh, yeah, this is fucked up over here. This needs to get switched out. So it's like he identified the obvious issues right away and like addressed it. Now, whether it works out, we'll see. It's to be determined. But so far, I think he's taken the right steps in trying to fix it.
Is it like in Chicago when you gotta always get like the gutters done? Because
I don't know. I've never lived in Chicago, so I can't necessarily say.
But
You're in Arizona, right?
Because my guy in Chicago always says like because it snows so goddamn much that like if you don't take that snow out and shit, it just be fucking the gutters up. So fools are always, or the sidings, whatever they call it, they're always need to be replaced.
No, I hear you.
Yeah,
that's why the
that's
East Coast
how it
houses-
is over there with Ben Johnson. He's just trying to replace the sidings. Is what you're saying?
What if Cole Kmet figures it out all the way and he becomes?
I'll bet against it.
Hold on.
He's the Loveland's the first round pick, bro.
Yeah,
And
but
it's Michigan, so it's local-esque. It's like regional, right? They're very aware of that kid.
But so
His
was
yak is tremendous.
Cole Kmet was local to us too because he was from Notre Dame. He was a Chicago kid too. So
You know who was local to that area too? What's the white boy? In Indy. He's a bad motherfucker.
Alec Pierce.
Yes. I think he's the Illinois kid too. He was badass, dude.
he was out of Cincinnati, was he not?
Oh no, I'm talking about like local, like where he's actually from, not like where he played out of. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay. So overall with the draft, though, I was saying like, for the most part, I'm getting the guys that I'm hoping would come to me, or like who I have in mind. My virtual queue or the queue in my head is more or less coming around. But yeah, I'm not putting it into the chat just like Peacock. It's kind of jinxing it for sure.
I've been reaching around. Pause.
That's good to know. Make sure you wash your hands, or I got hand sanitizer when I see you.
Damn. Pause. I wasn't ready for the response.
Everyone appreciates the reach around. So
I'm building the 2027 champion.
2027 champion.
Okay,
I'm doing it.
Let it marinate.
Oh no, that's cool. I'll take the first two.
Yeah, I'm talking that shit.
Hey, yo, this is the time to talk it.
Yeah, you know what is crazy is like even like Kidda, I'm sure he was flabbergasted when I'm doing, because I don't ever do shit like this, and I'm consciously doing it now. Also because I was upset on my miscalculations and how the draft was gonna go. Like the third round reversal, I should have just passed on Bo.
You should have just
passed on Bo. I love Bo. Fuck him though, right? Should just passed on him. Took Puka. I love Puka because I'd rather be more elite at that position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was surprised with the Bo pick. I mean, but
because I love Bo secretly.
Bo knows. Bo does know. So.
Oh, you picked it. Okay.
But.
yeah.
Peacock, has there been any surprise picks so far? I know this doesn't happen too often with Dynasty, but
Let me see.
Or any players that are still, no, I shouldn't say that. Shouldn't ask that one, but just people that have been picked already, maybe.
Surprised? Let me see.
Because like I said, the Bo Nix, where he went at that spot, I wasn't expecting that. I thought another quarterback would go before him.
That was a little interesting. The Drake May in the third, I thought he would fall a little bit. Also,
that's it.
Let me see what else.
I think Stafford getting picked as early as he did for being the older quarterback. But
no, because I kind of had him on my radar already around that time. Also, kind of thinking about when do I pull the trigger in the third.
Yeah.
And after he went, then I was like, well, I'm just gonna wait now.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. Bogey said he was on his radar for that round as well before he went. So
Stafford is the ideal target for a win now build. Mm-hmm. So we ain't waiting around. We're not doing a dynasty that's win 3 championships in a row. We're trying to win this year, and all it takes is one win to pay off the next 7 seasons or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what else. I'm kind of surprised Devonta Smith kind of fell into the 7th, to be honest.
Devontae?
Yeah, I think he could have gone. I think I would have had him above guys like Zay Flowers and Jordan Addison, maybe. But
gotcha.
You know.
Okay. Yeah.
And Olave went before him. Ted McMillan. I mean, I can see the Ted McMillan where people want to do that, but like Olave hasn't been healthy in forever.
Correct.
Plays on a bad
team. Do you know what your name is? Chris. Do you know your name, Chris?
He doesn't, most likely.
What?
So that one, him falling a little bit there. Let's see. Trying to look at the board and see what else. Surprising.
Ginger, to answer your question, I do think Chicago will use him as a blocker and not strictly just a slot guy or whatnot. But
so he'll never leave
a fairly
the field.
Decent blocker.
Is what you're telling me?
What's
He'll
up?
never leave the field.
He may not leave it much. I'll say that. So, I mean, especially depending on how quickly he picks up the playbook and shit like that, and feels comfortable, and how comfortable Ben feels using him. It's one of those things where by the time of the end of the season, if all things are hitting good, yeah, he may not be leaving the field at all. At that point, besides the occasional, I need a breather. The Anthony Richardson, I'm too tired. I need rest. Signal.
That's what we're calling it from now on. For real, I like that. Yeah,
Brian Robinson at the 7-2 is a little bit early to me.
He's a newcomer to the format. Our man, shout out to our man JB. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is his first crack at Dynasty, but if it is, at minimum, this is his first crack at this style.
And even Song going the 2 rookies right there. When he had opportunities for Derrick Henry and Chase Brown, he went Travion Henderson.
How many new guys are in this league? Or how many first timers are in this league, I should say?
Of this format, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Just 3. Okay.
Not
All
a
right.
lot.
No,
Yeah.
not too many.
Yeah.
I thought there was a little bit more.
I'm a first timer of doing this, like what I'm doing. So yeah, 4.
Shut the hell up. That don't count. Nah.
No, I'm just saying.
Nah.
I'm having fun.
That's good. Because the money's gone regardless, so you better have fun.
Yeah, I might have.
Fighting words.
That's what we're here to do. It's the Kumite.
Yeah, there you go.
We ain't here to pray.
Right? So I like that energy. Yeah. I got some tricks on my sleeve.
For this league, it's going to be a requirement that you watch that movie at least once a month during the football season.
Oh, way ahead of you. I've seen it 3 times in the last week, I think.
For real. I think I just sent it to Peacock. He's like, I already watched it this week.
Peacock, there's no extra credit points. You can't build up credit
up
for months ahead.
My son turned 12 in February, and I was like, we're watching this once a week.
Almost black belt, right? He's
Almost
a
black
there.
He's on the cusp.
He's on the way, bro. Kumite.
To tell him not to do any weapons release forms inside the house.
Bro, next thing you know, your boy's going to be throwing salt in your face.
See, I have a theory. Is that Charlie, he was always coked up. And he would always throw coke in fools' face in their eyes, and they wouldn't even know what's going on. He didn't know when he threw that dust of coke in Jean-Claude Van Damme's face, though. You saw the movie.
Oh, yeah. He was energized like a motherfucker. What's this new shit?
This motherfucker, what? He threw that blow in Frank Dukes' face, bro. It was a wrap.
Bro, there's a scene in the movie where the bad guy flat out clears his nose out before he fights. Usually when people do that, it's because they just took a little bump.
Get the drip, bro.
So
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are next.
See that motherfucker. See? And when he says that to me, I'm hoping it's like my turn to find the exit.
He has one chopped up for you.
My turn to hit the blunt or something.
I'm wearing this shirt when I meet my daughter's boyfriend.
Yes. I want pup pals. Oh, you want pup pals? Yeah. How come she didn't do it for you? Here, I'll get it. Here them up.
Bogey, get me one of those too. That sounds pretty good.
All right, y'all. It's 1 o'clock in the
East Coast
PM, but it's really the 1 o'clock AM for me. So I'm out of here. I gotta get out. I got work.
Kidda,
sounds good, man.
It's good seeing you again. Be safe.
Yeah, man. Nice talking. Peace out.
Good night. Good day. Have a good weekend, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Kidda Cat
has left the building, ladies and gentlemen.
All night times.
Be right back.
Be right back.
chop it up for a minute or two. I think it's a good time to close it down here pretty soon.
Finish him.
How's the weather out there, Kamish?
It's starting to get a little warmer now. Definitely no hail over here. Like the shit you were
That's
dealing
crazy
with.
yesterday.
Dude, those were big. Those were like golf-sized balls, you know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
pods.
They were. That was wild. It was, in a flash, it was over in 10 minutes. But yeah, we got some hail yesterday. It was crazy.
That, and they looked all jagged and shit. It wasn't like a actual ball. It was looked like a crystal or something.
Yeah, the cool thing about that though was it was more like slushy ice. So when it did hit, it made a loud noise, but it just dispersed everywhere,
Like a snowball.
Yeah, basically. So no impact damage on any vehicles or anything like that.
Yeah.
The
thank
wind was
God.
pretty intense. Some of the neighbors' fences were blown out and stuff. But yeah, it was hailing sideways. Yesterday, it was crazy. Thought somebody was knocking on the side of the house. So weird.
Right. It's like, are kids egging the house or something like that, or throwing rocks at our house? Like,
Yeah, and
I have to go out there with my gun real quick.
I got a metal roof, so it was pretty loud at first. I was like,
Oh.
what is happening? Because, we had a little thunderstorm in the forecast, but, nobody was expecting hail. It's crazy.
Agent's calling.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask him for a new deal.
Yeah. It's all right. Negotiation times tis the season.
It is. Shiloh Sanders. His Buccaneers threads. Okay. Looks good. Looks like a football player.
Yeah.
Programming.
Oh boy.
Yeah, slow news day.
Well, yeah, it is. But I mean, until these guys start getting into training camps and start, kind of doing something, then it's just the way it's going to be.
Well, today some rookies reported, so we'll probably get some more rookie buzz for a while.
Yeah. Tomorrow, I think, and then going forward next week, as more teams start reporting, you're going to start hearing, oh, this rookie looked really good, or this rookie, hasn't been practicing because of a freaking strained calf or some shit like that. And
Right.
then now at this point, you're just praying it's none of the guys that you already drafted. So
Yeah, for sure.
because nothing's worse is when you draft a guy, especially a high value pick that you use, and then he's going to be out for at least half the season, if not most of the season. Then he's just like, damn it, can we redo this?
I'm getting a look at Shador throwing a dime to Quinshon Judkins at camp.
Say that again.
Yeah, this is just a video. I don't know if I'm showing it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Just Shador throwing it to Judkins. Yeah, the caption is dime. Gotta hype it up somehow.
When you're talking about it, it sounds like real statically, like it kind of happened the other day.
Yeah, that's crazy. I heard that. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, that's weird.
Let's try something real quick.
Like that company like that too.
Weird.
Fight.
That sounds normal. Hard Knocks Browns incoming. No, I think we're still staticky. Let's play a 30-second clip here. Check.
Let me back up. Maybe it's something. I'll back up and come back in.
I think it's all of us.
Yeah. Let me.
Bogart, can you hear me? Oh, no, I hear Bogart.
What's that?
Oh, not that. All of a sudden, Kamish sounded like he was underwater for a second.
Oh, nice. You know what I mean? Maybe he is. He's like ooh, what if he's like one of those what do they call those divers? Those dive bell divers. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Where they go into deep depths to repair shit.
Oh, okay, got you.
So they have these dive bells that they live in. but they're not called dive bells. What the type of diver they are, I forget what it is, but it's badass. I would never do it.
Holy diver.
Holy?
Holy diver. It's a Dio song.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Oh yeah, now we're stuck on Brad Hunt. He's asleep.
Yep.
He wakes up though. I think he wakes up to pick kids up and stuff like around that time. I shout out to all the graveyarders. I watched my girl work graveyard, and for 7 years. And yeah,
Commission's there, but he's still staticky. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, you're cutting in and out though. Weird.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't think there's a technical name. The Pope summoned him.
you know what's kind of cool about it though? It's like, what was that?
He's out of the stream again.
No, but like it's like, what was that? Like it's just,
What was it?
you know what? The StreamYard app's probably the way to go. Whenever you're like coming as the StreamYard app guest,
It's tougher on the phone.
if you're not at home. For the streamer on the go.
Bake said, how many left to fill the second Kumite League? We're doing a second Kumite?
We have 8 so far.
Nice. Was
Yeah.
unaware.
Yeah, we got 8. What's the new concept? I'm trying to think what the new one could be. I almost
Right,
want
let's
to.
say. Now when Bears fans
best
praise
of the
someone
best.
else. Oh,
Remember best of the best?
I do. That's with Eric Roberts. Julia
Yeah.
Roberts' brother.
Yes, Julia Roberts. Pop Tommy. Pop it.
It's all
Yes.
good.
And they
Hold on, I gotta
definitely
take
had
this phone call. They're calling for me here.
Yeah, do you think? He definitely did a montage in that best of the best where he's you know what I'm saying? The Tommy got all fucked, or what was his name? Damn, what was Julia Roberts' brother's character's name in there? I'm trying to remember. Bro was hella funny though in that movie. I just want to fight, coach. This motherfucker is. That shit.
Yeah, I'm about to start having to deal with some technical stuff, and I gotta go to lunch, man.
Let's shut it down.
Let's run it down. Appreciate everybody for hanging with us.
NeonPeacockMerch.com, everybody. Man, we have an entire plethora of the summer line.
That's right. Get your tank tops. They are available as well. Front and back stuff. But yeah, thanks for checking us out. Make sure that you check out the OJ and the Blunt probably going on sometime this weekend.
Tomorrow morning. Yeah, we'll be back at y'all. And yeah, man, everybody have a safe Friday and happy Mother's Day for everybody that doesn't catch
Correct. Yep. Have a good weekend. Call your moms if you still got them and tell them you love them, and treat your wives and daughters correct. Everybody else, we'll catch you this weekend, and then we'll be back next week, and we'll probably run up something special on Wednesday as well. So stay tuned for that stuff. But playmakers out, man. Good stuff.
Eureka. We make plays every